Wisdom, Norfolk, Virginia, live here from the South. Well, ain't the South, but live here from Virginia, right?
This is the South? Oh, it's supposed to be the North.
The North of the South.
North of the South?
Yeah. What happened? Give it to me.
Sign into your chair.
Is that me? Oh, no, we're good. We're good? Okay. Right. We asked everybody in class to, put your phones on silent. Really no announcements. We just want to go to questions as always on Fridays. We start up before we get into our class topic. We open the floor for brothers and sisters in class to, for any questions, right? While we wait for everybody to log in, got a few people chiming in. Is that the Sister LaShawn? Shalom, sis.
Shalom, y'all.
I cannot see over there. Who is that? Arya Ba? Oh, that's Ariama 1.
And Andrina Christian.
Is that Andrea?
Andrea.
Oh, Andrea.
Okay. Shalom to the brothers and sisters in the chat. For the brothers,
Shalom, y'all.
Shalom. Does anybody have any questions? Ariel? Ariel, you have a question?
Matthew chapter 12, verse 20.
What?
What is symbolic for Matthew chapter 12, verse 20?
Let's go there.
Matthew chapter 12 and verse 20.
So for everybody, just make sure when y'all take notes, this is questions. All right? And then we'll go into class. Go ahead.
A bruised reed shall he not break, and smoking flax shall he not quench, till he send forth judgment unto victory.
Right. So let's go there. Let's go to Isaiah. Was it 53? Where he's quoting from, right? Did you know that he's quoting? Oh yeah, he's quoting from Isaiah. So to get some understanding, is it 53? Let me see. Isaiah.
It's definitely about him, 53. Let's see.
I thought it was Isaiah 53. Let's double check. Yeah. No. Yeah. Nope. No. Let's see. And you're in Matthew's, what's this?
12 and 20.
You're in Matthew's 12 and 20.
42.
Is it 42?
Mm-hmm.
I had it all wrong. Let's go there.
Isaiah chapter 42.
Start at verse 1. It said verse
Verse 1.
Okay.
Behold, my servant, whom I beheld,
Uh-huh.
mine elect, in whom my soul delight. I have put my spirit upon him.
Mm-hmm.
He shall bring forth judgment.
First of all, who is this talking about?
Jacob.
No. Where's your scripture at, sis? Where we're reading? Your question was in what?
Matthew 12 and 20.
Matthew's 12 and 20. Who is this talking about? It's talking about Yahweh Shai.
Khan.
Watch. Go back to Matthew's 12 in verse 15 and read down.
Matthew 12, verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
But when Jesus knew it, he withdrew himself from this, and great multitude followed him.
Uh-huh.
And he healed them all, and charged them that they should not make him known,
Mm-hmm.
that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by Elias the prophet, saying, Behold, my servant, whom I have chosen, my beloved, in whom my soul is well pleased. I will put my spirit upon him,
Right.
and he shall shew judgment unto the Gentiles.
Right. This is talking about Yahweh Shai.
God.
He will show judgment unto the Gentiles, right? And this is when he starts doing what? Quoting Isaiah, right? Con? Yeah, with me? All right, go ahead.
And charge them that they should not make him know that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken of by Elias the prophet, saying, Behold, my servant, whom I have chosen,
Right.
my beloved, in whom my soul is well pleased.
Mm-hmm.
I will put my spirit upon him, and he shall shew judgment to the Gentiles.
Mm-hmm.
He shall not strive, nor cry.
Right. So he shall not strive, because why? No. Christ didn't. This prophecy was of what Christ was going to come do in that time in his purpose, which was he wasn't going to cry out, right? He was going to give himself like a lamb led to the slaughter. That's the prophecy, right? It wasn't going to be an uproar or crying out. It wasn't going to be none of that, right? He fulfilled that in two ways, in a few ways. But the two main ways was Yahushua didn't come make an uproar. Everything that he did, he tried to keep it on the low, right? Don't go tell nobody, right? It ain't like this generation. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Listen, let everybody know who I am. You know what I mean? I want to let everybody know about me. I'm such and such, right? And I got to proclaim I'm that ninja. Yeah. Yahushua wasn't doing that, right? Everything he was like, look, do this, go to the priest. He said, don't tell nobody. He was almost moving in silence, but we know he couldn't be kept in silence, right? Because he could not be hid, right? When you go to Mark 7:24, right? Go there. Go to Mark 7:24. Go to Mark 7:24.
Mark chapter 7 verse 24.
There you go.
And from thence he arose and went into the borders of Tyre and Sidon.
Go ahead.
And entered into the house and would have no man know it.
See? Wait a minute. He wanted everybody to know who he was.
And no man know it.
Right. No, he wanted to make sure they knew.
I was trying to find
he was the
out
HNIC.
when you put the schedule.
Right. He didn't want nobody to know. So Christ wasn't moving off of this.
When you put the
I'm
schedule
making
class,
an uproar,
right?
And that's when it gets into
does
the
it
Bruce
roll?
Reed and
Does it automatically start
and
up to
those
go
things.
live?
He wasn't moving this time, in this moment, right? In the way of what the prophets wanted, which was an uproar, an uprising, a
so all you gotta do is hit
destruction,
live.
an overthrow.
Oh shoot!
That's why the prophets asked him, "Will thou again restore the kingdom?" Right? And Yahushua is leaving at this time. So they wanted those prophecies to happen. Right? Him coming back with vengeance and fire. Right? But he's like, no, it's not time. This time his purpose was to not make an uproar and to give himself as that lamb led to the slaughter. Okay, go ahead.
But he could not be hid.
But he what?
But he could not be hid.
You see, he didn't do it himself. He didn't try to take on a position or bring notice to himself. But he just couldn't be hid because what was happening? He was doing so much healing. He was doing so much healing, he couldn't be hid. He was doing so much greatness, he could not be hid. Right? Whether he was infamous or famous, right? They made him infamous, right? But he was famous for what he did as well, right? Go ahead.
For a certain woman.
Oh, that's it on that. Go ahead, jump back.
Verse 19.
Go ahead.
He shall not strive nor cry.
Right. He shall not what?
Strive nor cry.
No, he's going to be knocking cats out.
He shall not strive.
No, he was going to be overthrowing the Roman Empire, like when Pontius Pilate said, "Thou the King of Jews," he called 70,000 angels down and started overthrowing and chopping off Edomite heads. No, he didn't come to do that. He says, it says it. He said, I came not when they asked him, and we're gonna get it. When they asked him, should we call fire out of heaven? Right? He's like, no, because that's what they wanted. I mean, truthfully, that's what we all want, right? Like, think about it. We would kind of be bummed out if Yahushua came back to teach this time, right? Because we want him to fulfill the latter prophecy, right? And they didn't understand what was going on. So, where are you at?
Luke chapter 9, verse 54.
Read. Write it down and he's going to read it. He's going to read it real quick, unless y'all got it. Go ahead, read.
Luke chapter 9, verse 54.
Go ahead.
And when his disciples, James and John, saw this, they said, Lord, wilt thou that we command fire to come down from heaven and consume them?
Right.
Even as Elias did.
Go ahead.
But he turned and rebuked them and said, Ye know not what manner of spirit ye are of.
Right. Go ahead.
For the Son of Man is not come to destroy man's life.
See? He didn't come to destroy that time. Right? So they were thinking like Revelations. Because even Revelations is in the book. It's just in Isaiah. Revelations is a reiteration of what Isaiah, all the other prophets talk about. So they didn't need the New Testament to say, man, when is Yahushua going to come back to destroy and overthrow the nations? It's all through the Old Testament. But the Most High reestablished it again in the New Testament with John the Revelator of things that was going to happen, right? Foretelling those things, right? So he reminded them like, look, no, I didn't come for that this time, right? Go ahead.
But to save them.
But to do what?
Save them.
But to save them, right? So this is what it means that he came not to what? Aharon?
He said, he shall not strive nor cry.
Right. So you see? So he shall not fight nor cry, right?
Neither shall any man hear his voice in the street.
Go ahead.
A bruised reed shall he not break.
Right.
And smoking flax shall he not quench.
Right. So a bruised reed is, you got to think about it. A bruised reed is a reed already destroyed, right? And he shall not what?
He shall not a bruised reed shall he not break.
Right. It's already, like when you look at the people, it's easy for Yahushua to have destroyed them. He's like, the Most High is like, Yahushua is like, I'm not here to destroy, to snap a twig. I'm not here for that.
Time.
Right? I'm here to wake up my people, open the eyes of the blind, to heal, to bring life. So that's what it's saying by the bruised reed. Go ahead.
And smoking flax shall he not quench.
Right.
Till he send forth judgment unto victory.
Right. So just showing you that, like, and you got here, flax is used as a wick in an oil lamp. You see that? So it says flax is a wick that is almost burnt out. It produces smoke. So what is he saying? I'm not even here to turn that out. I'm not here to do that, right? To go ahead and turn out the destruction in its entirety, right? Because really, what did we want? We wanted Luke 1, where Zacharias, John the Baptist's father, was like, he's coming to destroy
our enemies.
Yeah, so we want him to come with the millions of angels and destroy the Roman Empire. And he's like, no, I didn't come here to break a twig. I didn't come here to turn out a smoking flax. I didn't come to make this uproar, right? Or bring the destruction, truthfully. Go ahead.
And in his name shall the Gentiles trust.
Right. And the Gentiles are going to trust. So why? Because if you got the Israelites that's scattered amongst the nations, and then in the future, you got the nations, they will bow to Christ. So anywhere it goes, whether you talk about the Israelites scattered through all the other Gentiles, nations, they're going to trust back in their big bro, well, rather the Father. And then you got in the future, the nations are going to what? They're going to bow. They're going to bow to Christ, right? Every knee shall bow, every tongue shall confess, right? He's going to bring them to the valley of Jehoshaphat and do what? All of these nations are going to be destroyed. So they're going to submit. David came back and said what? With chains and fetters of iron. He shall bind their kings and their nobles. Right? So just giving y'all some other precepts that go right with that. Because yes, the nations are going to come to the lights. Brother, go ahead.
Then was brought unto him one. This goes into.
Okay, so you get that? Okay, like jump back to Isaiah 42. Read that again.
Isaiah 42 verse 1. Behold my servant, whom I uphold, mine elect,
right?
In whom my soul delighteth. I have put my spirit upon him.
Right.
He shall bring forth judgment unto the Gentiles. He shall not cry, nor lift up, nor cause his voice to be heard in the street.
Right. So 2 ways. When he died on that cross, he didn't cry out. He didn't do that. It says he went to the cross like a lamb, like a sheep led to the slaughter. You ever see that? Like when we were in Houston, we were getting the lamb, and they just carried this lamb, and the lamb is just walking and not knowing, and then what? He slit his throat, and they died, right? Well, that was how Yahweh Shai, in essence, was going to give himself. He could have called angels from heaven, but he didn't make that uproar, right? Go ahead.
A bruised reed shall he not break.
Go ahead.
And the smoking flax shall he not quench.
Go ahead.
He shall bring forth judgment unto truth.
Yeah, that's what he came to do. He came to bring forth the truth, right? And show them. He says, you admit the weightier matters, right? Yeah. What was it? What were the weightier matters?
Judgment and truth and mercy.
Judgment, truth, and mercy. Double check that. Yeah. But you see that? So that's what he came to do, to reestablish to the world what truth was, right? He had to give everybody a chance, right? To hear the word, to understand what it will take to repent. Go ahead.
And he shall not fail nor be discouraged.
Right.
Till he have set judgment in the earth.
Right. Go ahead.
And the isles shall wait for his law.
Right. So it goes down. You can read that. But that's where Matthew is quoting from. He's quoting from, and it's good to always know that. Wherever, always look for that quote. Oh, damn, this sounds familiar. Let me see where they quoted that from. Right? I mean, that makes sense? Okay. All right. What we got?
The weightier matter.
Okay, what is it?
Matthew chapter 23, verse 23. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye pay tithe of mint and anise and cumin, and have omitted the weightier matters of the law.
Go ahead.
Judgment, mercy, and faith.
Judgment. I thought it was faith. That's why I said I could be wrong, but judgment, mercy, and faith. So that's what he came to establish, right? And then you're thinking like, well, yeah, judgment on the Esau, judgment on the Hagarenes, That's not yet. The judgment he wanted to bring was the word, how to properly judge what is right and what is wrong according to the word of the Most High. Judgment, what is it?
Judgment,
Mercy, and faith. Judgment, mercy, and faith. All right. So listen, everybody, I know you got questions. I know you got it. I know, bro, I gotta get this class. Let's go through it. Where are we at? What is it? Go ahead, Aaron. I said I would do it.
Yep, it's okay.
No.
You can go to class.
No.
I can wait.
Listen, we can pull it.
I can wait. No, it's extensive.
It's extensive.
Yeah,
It's gonna take over the whole class, ain't
it
it?
is.
Yeah. So the reason why this class is when little boys run camps is because, remember, this is a reminder to us the problem that our community, that a lot of brothers think, how they think about leadership, how they think about teaching the word of the Most High. And you see, why did I use little boys? Because go to 1 Corinthians 13 and 11. You can tell a lot of times transitioning, the transitioning from boys to men is not there. So, and it's unfortunate because you got a lot of our people watching that example, right? You see the shenanigans online.
Oh yeah.
You see the bad example online, right? Like even that in itself. The scripture says that you're supposed to judge the matters among you first. Right? You're supposed to judge the matters among you first. So, but you got all these situations that they're using old worldly tactics. Right? When it says rebuke before all, it's not talking about them in the world, because then that will contradict what? Counsel not with the ungodly. So it don't mean, I'm rebuking before all. If that's your logic, that's the problem. You haven't sat and actually learned and went through the process of learning. And anybody would have told you, nah, bro. That's what they do in the world. That's what social media gangbangers do.
Yeah. Put them on blast.
Yeah, I'm going to put them on blast. No. That's not how you handle things biblically. You don't do things like that. But the problem is this, that they haven't transitioned from the boy, the child, the boy that the white man had molded. The boy that the white man molded, which is, I'm a thug, I'm a rapper, I'm thug and a rapper, I'm a drug dealer, and I'm gonna mesh this into my swag of the truth. So it's not, now it's like we wanted to go so far away from the homosexual pastor and preacher. You wanted to go, because no doubt we're definitely not like these Christians, right? We're not on that. We're like, nah, we're not messing with that. But here's the problem, that when you don't go through the proper process, you don't understand that, yes, the scriptures say go not to the right hand or to the left. It don't supposed to be the homosexual antics of the Christian church, nor is it supposed to go through the thuggish, ruggish bone. Right? It don't supposed to be that either. It don't supposed to be, I'm gonna mesh the thug that I was, right? I'm gonna use words. All right, certain words. The hoodlum. How about it? You like that? The hoodlum.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
David said the beast.
Kind.
He said, I was as a beast before you. Those things weren't supposed to be meshed in. And what we're doing is, a lot of times, what we're seeing is because brothers don't want to take the proper steps. They don't want to go through the proper tutelage. And then a lot of them, when they do go through the tutelage, what happens? Oh, I didn't like how he said this. I didn't like how he did this. Then they reject the correction and the things they need to be corrected in. And that's what you're seeing a lot of. You're seeing a lot of little boys. That's all you're seeing. You're seeing the little boys get the Bible that still don't know how to put up their pants. They still don't know how to deal in their house. They still don't know how to deal with their women. And they got a Bible, and you gave them what? The internet gave them power. They're like, oh, you know what? He can debate. Oh, you know what? He's handsome. Oh, you know what? He can know how to look it up in the Greek. Anybody can do that. Anybody can do that. But these are the antics. And this is nothing I ain't been saying for over 15 years when all this YouTube idea generation started. Which is what? You got cats not doing the way the scriptures say it was supposed to be done. So you got young boys just grabbing. It's like cats we be meeting in the gym. You're like 25 and you haven't sat under nobody, but you already thinking you're arguing about doctrine. That's why I'm not arguing with you about doctrine. Like who'd you sit with? Questions we answer, but I'm not going to argue with the rando person about doctrine. I'm like, listen, if you come to learn, then learn. If not, step. But the YouTube generation is fueling this chaos when little boys can run their mouth and anybody can get a channel, you know what I mean, and sound good. And it's fed by that community. These antics are fed by the same worldly antics. Right? They're fed by the same worldly antics. Because when you start talking about things that matter, people don't want to hear those things that matter. Like we just went over. What did he say? Judgment, faith, and mercy. Yeah. When we start talking about things like that, it's like, I don't really want to hear that. I want to hear about this debate, this argument, and that there's no transition from the Facebook, YouTube antics. We're arguing and debating 100 Israelites against one Israelite against 1,000. It's like, oh shit, I want to see that. But you don't want to hear the things that really matter. So you kind of bring these antics into the truth. And now you're labeling that as truth or the work of the Most High. There was supposed to be a clear transition from the old man to the new man. A clear. It doesn't matter if you got... If that's the case, the Christians win. If it's about how much people and how fly you are, how much money you got, the Christians win. And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing a lot of young people learning and waking up to the truth, but still moving off the antics of the world. And this is the unfortunate thing that's happening. They haven't transitioned from a boy to a man, and now they're being outed. Oh, you know what? I pegged him. He pegged me. He pimped me on the block. What else? I don't even know a lot of it. I'm just going by what I'm told.
What was the last one? He abused her for money. And she
right.
Exposed him.
Yeah, it's like, well, why is that? Because he never really sat in class and did what? He never really sat in class and did what? Learned. He never really sat under somebody and learned. And you're like, well, who's going to sit under? Who's he going to sit under? The person that sat under somebody. Right? Or who's he going to learn? The person that sat under somebody. That's the process. Somebody with integrity. Somebody that went through a protocol, a standard, a regulation, rules. Just because you get a sign, you get some fringes, and you start yelling at white people, that doesn't mean you're a high priest. That doesn't mean you're a teacher. We know that. Why? Because the scripture says in the future he would say, I never knew you, you worker of iniquity. So let's rewind it. You start seeing the antics because nobody wants to go through the process anymore. And guess what? That's not in our arena alone. That's not in this arena alone. Like in the truth arena, that's in every arena. You want to be a basketball player? They're like, no, I'm going to circumvent the process. Right?
I'm going straight to the league.
Yeah, right. Straight to the league.
Straight from high school.
I want it right. And then the coach is like, look at everybody on the court. They want to shoot like Curry. They won't even come over the line. Everybody on the court want to shoot like Curry. They're not thinking, damn, I don't even got that range.
God.
They're not thinking that.
Yeah.
They're not thinking like, damn, I don't got the range. Let me step in. I'm saying that to say it's every arena. It's not just one arena. This is the idea of the world, and you try to put this on the truth, and you make the truth look bad. So what we're talking to is the little boys that is causing chaos and offenses, and not because we're all gonna offend somebody, but not because you don't know better, because you want to be super fly. You don't want to learn the right way. You don't want to go through the right process. We know offenses are going to come. That's going to happen. Somebody's going to stumble over somebody's foot. Mistakes are going to be made. No doubt. We're not talking about that. We're talking about because you ignored the process, you're now jeopardizing your soul. You're jeopardizing your soul.
Damn.
Right? So the process says it. Let's read what it says. Read this.
1 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 11.
Right?
When I was a child, I spake as a child.
Right. The brothers told me that that he got in a, I think Quantzat was telling me that one of the guys got in the clubhouse and he said, why y'all D in my mouth?
Oh yeah.
And I'm like,
good night.
Now listen, I gotta remind y'all what's going on, just for the simple fact of that's how worldly cats talk. But because he can go to the Greek or go to this verse, you're thinking like, oh, that's the truth. And it appeals to you. It appeals to you. Why? Because he's young, he's fly, he's
drama.
Flashy.
We like drama.
We like that. I like drama.
Yeah.
It ain't thinking like, damn, wait a minute, where's the separation?
Right. Was it clean?
Where's the separation from what you did in the world and what you're doing in the truth? And I heard the other brothers, and like I said, a lot of this, I stay tunnel vision. He knows I'm not into none of that. I don't want to hear none of that. But this topic got to be talked about because it affects a lot of brothers among us that are not aspiring to do what the word says and do it the right way. Because then you could think, well, you know what? It's a lot of brothers get to the point. They come to our school. You can't even spell. You don't even know how to take care of your kids, your rib. Then you start getting taught the right way. And then now your britches are big. Now you're like, look, I'm I could do that too. Yeah, because you were taught how to do that. And you know what we didn't teach you is how to be a cocky, proud, disobedient ninja. But that's what you see.
Yeah.
You see them trying to embody I want to be the teacher, but not embody the qualities of a teacher. The Bible is telling us. It says what?
When I was a child,
right?
I spake as a child.
There's supposed to be a difference between Joe Donut Head in the world and when you come in the truth. The way you teach, the way you're talking, right? How you're bringing it out. But you never sat under nobody. You anointed yourself. You didn't go through the process that every man in the Bible went through. And therefore, listen, y'all, I always give it a good 6 to 7 years. I always give it that. Because you know why? Time reveals everything. We already knew this was going to happen. Why? Because when you circumvent the knowledge of the Most High, you start to see these people do more hurt to people. You're hurting people. And we know the scripture says you can't do nothing against the truth before the truth, but you can do something against yourself. You're hurting yourself. You're messing up the simple mind.
Yeah.
The scripture says the simple believeth every word.
Yeah.
So you're affecting them. What's your question?
What is the name of the title?
When little boys run camps. Go ahead. Read it again.
When I was a child, I spake as a child.
So who taught you? Like, for instance, when we, in every camp should have a process, right? If you come in the truth and you're cursing up a storm, or if you want to fight with somebody, or if you got an attitude problem, or if you're angry all the time, because that's what you got, an emotional dang generation, right? Before that brother gets a mic, somebody is supposed to walk him through the knowledge of the Most High on how to speak. You're like, I know how to speak. You know what I mean? I be writing those rhymes. One fish, two fish. Like, bruh, that's not how. How do you speak according to the knowledge of the Most High? But that's the logic. Like, who you talking about, brother? We're a nation of kings and priests. Yeah, but the priest didn't anoint himself. The king didn't anoint himself. So the problem is that you didn't learn, or nobody took you through the process. Now listen, this is the process from a child to a man. How many of y'all got kids in here? Okay. Don't you got to deal with your kids on how to speak?
Yes, sir.
But imagine if you were raised by your mama, your Edomite mom, right? Your black father, right? And then you didn't know how to speak because they didn't lead you with wisdom and understanding. And all you talk through is with your emotions. So the process has to be done the proper way. He said, when I became a what? When I was a child,
I spake as a child.
and that's what you start seeing. You start to see the same antics as you were in the world, and all you do is you got a Bible now. These guys got beat up in school, or you did have a gun, but you shot blindly. You ain't a real killer, right? You're scared that like the guy in New York, he just shot up the parade at the end of the parade.
Yeah.
Right? What are you doing? Right? You're not a real killer. Like my son can do that. And he's 4. Right? He's 4. He can shoot blindly. But these are the things that we take glory in. And we're like, you know what? I'm a grown man. You're not a grown man because you didn't even learn how to actually sit down and learn how to speak. And that's what you're seeing. This is what we're supposed to say. You know what? Nah, that's not what the Most High wants from us. He said there's supposed to be a transition. If I was a rapper in the world, that doesn't make me a good orator in the truth. It doesn't. You could be the best rapper in the world and don't know how to link the precepts. So you have to relearn the language of the truth. How to speak the truth. So it's a process coming from a boy to a man. Go ahead.
I understood as a child.
And then you what?
I understood as a child.
And then a lot of your understandings, when you have a child, their logic and their understanding is supposed to grow past, right? Well, when you look at does anybody know what a grown man is anymore? Like, just think about this. Like, how do we gauge what a grown man is? let's ask ourselves this. What? How do we gauge what a grown man is? What were you told in the world? Not from the true perspective.
Yeah. I mean, in the world is just based on your age.
So in the world is based on your age.
Yeah. You got gray hairs.
You got gray hairs? That's a grown man.
You've been around, probably got a little bit of trouble.
Right.
You make a little bit of money.
Right. You got a little trouble, make a little money, that's a grown man. Right? I'm a grown man. When you get hair in your nuts, right? That's a grown man. Right? Because that's how you're 60. When I was 16, I figured like I'm grown now. You know what I mean? You start looking at yourself in the mirror, like I'm finna tell dad. I'm finna tell him. Right?
Yeah, right.
That's what yeah. That's what a grown man is. Like you know that rebellious teenager that's like, you know, I got a mind too. And I'm finna speak my opinion. You walk out the bathroom like, Dad, what's up?
I got something to say.
Yeah, I got something to say. Yeah, did you take that damn trash out yet? And then he's like, no, let me do that. Yeah, because that's not a man. And what do you have?
ChatGPT.
On what?
Grown man.
A grown man.
It is a male who reached adulthood, both physically and legally.
You said what? I gotta take this bottom off though.
A grown man is a male who has reached adulthood, both physically and legally. The term usually refers to an adult man who expects to take responsibility.
Right? Who expect to take responsibilities. And the world tells you what? Because your credit score is up, you're a man. Right?
What do you have?
Right? Your credit score goes up, you're a man. You got your own car, you're a man. Right? That's what a man is according to the world.
It's a physically too. You got some young men that look like I remember going to junior high school, cats had full beards. Had the physique of a man. So he's a man because he's 14? Because that's what it said in the definition, right?
Yeah, it says both
physically.
and
So
legally.
just because you and how many of us went through that phase? When you got a little peach fuzz on your wrist, you know, you got your first peach fuzz. You start saying I'm a grown man.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what it means?
Yeah, I got something to say.
Yeah.
You're going to hear me out too. But that's not a man. Right? Where's the scripture? What is a man according to the Bible?
It says, when
No, hold that. Let's go to Proverbs. Go to Proverbs real quick. But I know people are like, well, the Most High endowed me. There's a proper way to be known and endued with the wisdom of the Most High. Right? There's a maturity about these men of the Bible. There's a maturity the way you carry yourself when it comes to being a man in the spirit. Because we know that there's grown babies. You said it earlier. They think a man's a guy with gray hairs. Yeah, but you got so-called grown men that act like little boys. Let's be real. They act like little boys, and that doesn't determine them to be grown. So it's not about age. It's not about oh, you got gray hairs or you got a car. Just think about this. What is a man according to the Bible? Who got it?
Proverbs 12.
Proverbs 12:8.
Yeah, read that.
Proverbs chapter 12 and verse 8.
Go ahead.
A man shall be commanded according to his wisdom.
Right. Read it again. It's commended.
Oh, Salakia. Proverbs chapter 12 and verse 8. A man shall be commended according to his wisdom.
A man shall be commended according to his wisdom. So you know a man by his wisdom. His wisdom in his house, his wisdom with his family, his conduct, his wisdom with his self, right? You start to see that, oh, that's a man of the Father. So what you're seeing, you got little boys just jump in a position and don't understand the consequences of those positions. And I'm not here to judge. I'm here just to remind us that if we don't transition and we don't come out of that mind, you're going to do more hurt to these people around you because you don't want to go through the proper process of them around you. Of the things you need to do to grow in the right process. We got to slide over.
Yeah, that's good.
Right? All right. So read it one more time.
God, Proverbs chapter 12 and verse 8.
Go ahead.
A man shall be commended according to his wisdom.
Right. So you know this man according to his wisdom, how he's a problem solver, how he deals with issues, right? Children, my 4-year-old has a anger problem. My 4-year-old he spazzes out, right? So he got to be talked to about his spazzing out. My 4-year-old, my teenager kids, they don't know how to talk all the time. A grown man doesn't have a problem with communication. I know we're going to hurt some feelings, but it's only to better you. A grown man doesn't have a problem with relaying a message and communicating. Children do. But that's how you know you haven't transitioned from a boy to a man. My kids got problems with that. If I got an issue with you, I go to you and tell you. I got a problem with you, I go to you and tell you. And then we move on from there. Done. I'm not going to hold a grudge like a blonde-haired woman. I'm going to, deal with the issue, and we move on. But you got our people that grew up in a feminine spirit. They grew up around women all the time. They grew up and they held the hurt, the pain, the suffering in. And they keep that. And now you get a Bible. You get some fringes. Lord forsake that you got a real beard, then what? You lose it. Right? You start to lose it. Instead of saying, wait a minute, what is the process that the Father wants me to go through? This is one of the most important classes that you will ever get, because it's going to truthfully tell you how to give yourself to the Father. And it's not about just, look, here, I'll skip to a part. The Bible says, be not many masters. For you have greater condemnation.
God.
So you think, well, it's about being a teacher. He's literally telling you, don't just push to be a teacher, because you got greater condemnation. So while you're pushing to be teachers, how about do it the right way? Right? That's what the brothers in Rochester, right? Chaotic, when we first met them. Right? Dealing with boy antics. How do you know? Because they still smell like weed at the time. Right? That's how you know. Whatever you was doing, you were doing it wrong. Because y'all still smell like weed. So something is wrong here. Your pants sagging, I already know you haven't transitioned from a boy to a man. Because Israelites don't walk around with their ass out. You don't. That is a key thing that we look at. We're like, okay, still there's something wrong he didn't catch. That dirty diapers belong on 4-year-olds. That's where your pants sagging, what it looks like. You haven't transitioned. You still or you still want to be what? Little Jay Queese on the block. Right? The guy that we work at the place where we work at, he's over there walking around holding his pants from literally falling off his ass. Literally, his pants are halfway, all the way down to his private. If you're doing that as a Hebrew Israelite, go to the cabinet, take the pills, and kill yourself. Straight up. Because you are not a Hebrew Israelite if you don't know how to pull up your damn pants. You're still walking in a worldly, niggerish mind.
Yeah. Huh?
You're not a man of the Lord. You're trying, and maybe you're going to get there. But that is one of the things of the world. We know that we don't supposed to do that. The Most High said, you know a man by his gait, how he walks, what he dressed like. And his excessive laughter. So you should already know that's not becoming of a Hebrew Israelite. But it's things like this that they try to pull from the world and mesh it with the truth. And you looking at him, you seen him online, and he's like, yeah. And you know, we be out here. Let's get here. And you like, man, look at, he dressed just like us. He just got fringes on. And you're like, I want to be like them. And you are like them. You start following the bad example. You start following the antics. Because here's the thing. He never was under any tutelage. So guess what? You got one camp that divides into 9 camps. Because nobody was told about the qualities and character of a priest. They were just told what? You get a Bible and you start yelling at white people. That you never were told that. You never transitioned from the boy that the white man created to an Israelite man. And all you did was mesh those two together. And it's sad. It's unfortunate. Right? That's why you want to debate everything. You know, damn debate. You know what I mean? You think I'm debating with my son? No, let's get the damn belt. Ain't no debating. Y'all got these cats gassed the hell up because they just what? Everybody can open the Bible and say anything they want. Ain't no debating, everybody. The Bible is not about debating. It's not based on debating. It's about living the life of that the Most High wanted us to live righteously, doing the will of the Father. But what happens, you got all the new young generation thinking that's what a Hebrew Israelite is, and 7 years later, what are they doing? They're in the world. And it's not because of their fault, because we know that's going to happen too. Let me just say that for the record, that people are going to turn back. I'm not talking about that. So don't wordplay with me. I know people are going to turn back, but the problem is you help them because you didn't put a difference between the clean and the unclean. So speaking like a grown man will separate you, right? But you got to learn that. You got to learn the proper way. Go ahead, read on. No, you're done with that. Thawada. Go ahead.
I understood as a child.
I what?
I understood as a child.
A lot of the understanding. A lot of how you understand things. Because how you understand things is how you're going to articulate it, how you're going to bring it out. Right? Your understanding. How did your son, your daughter come to the realization of something? You sat with them, you educated them, you talked to them, you walked them through it, right? You gave them understanding. These are the levels that a lot of Hebrew Israelites miss. I don't want to sit and learn how to talk. So I'm going to talk like this guy that I was in the world. You think when it says the certain cats wasn't articulated, that they just talked anyway. They just understood anyway. Yeah, y'all don't understand. The men of the Bible were still on a high level. They were humble enough to be like, you know what? I'm not ready for this. I can't speak well. That didn't mean that they didn't go through the proper process to be able to relay the message the proper way. That's misinformation. Where you guys are getting this from is a lot of time your own lust and desire to be something you're not. And one thing I realized more and more and more as I grew up from a boy to a man is that the consequences. Do you really want the consequences of what's going to happen to the teachers, to the leaders? Do you really want those consequences? So you got to think about what you're doing. You got brothers become YouTube sensations. Is that what the truth's about? But that's what's being promoted. somebody got to speak against it. If you circumvent the process, you will be a sexy YouTube sensation. But guess what you won't be? You won't be called. You won't be doing the work of the Most High. You'll be spreading the wrong message through your actions. So it's important for you to understand what you're dealing with, what you're involved with. It's important for you to sit down and learn from people that learn. Not another 20-year-old that what? Picked it up. Because when you argue with that 20-year-old and you guys go back and forth with each other, how are you guys going to really treat each other if you haven't learned how to deal with each other in the spirit of the Most High? Well, I'll answer the question. It's easy. Look out there. You see it. Oh, you know what? I don't like what he said. No. And then I'm gonna go do my own thing. And then I don't get it. Don't you know if you start something like that, you're going to train people exactly like that? So you're saying there's no need for tutelage, an elder, leadership, guidance. What are you going to tell other people? How are you going to look them in their face and say, you know what? You got to follow. You got to hear what when you're told something out of the book. We know it's not from man, but a man is telling you, you got to listen. How do you expect people to follow that? And that's why you got a division and a division of a division, a division, a division. Because the proper process is not being followed. Let's finish this up. Go ahead.
I thought as a child.
And that's the problem. You're still thinking like Jay Queese. Huh? You're still jeeking like that. You're still thinking like these people in the world. Tyreek. Right? Instead of thinking like, man, I got to think like a new man. Yeah. But you're meshing old mentality, old thinking, old mind. I'm still that nigga. I'm still a rolling. You're a rolling weak. You're rolling weak. That's not strength. You know, like you got these cats, Israelites switching to game bangers. Are you serious? Israelites switching to game? Are you serious? But this is what you guys. This is what our people like. Just like you like the homosexual preachers. You like that. You like that. It's like, man, but the brother, man, he's for real. Why? Because his beard's big? You don't see their conduct? You don't see their integrity? You don't see how they're moving? You don't see that a lot of the characteristics and examples are not in the book? Those are the things we have to be fighting for, the qualities that are going to embody a true leader. Now, I'm not saying you're going to be perfect. None of us is perfect. Well, we're talking about antics knowingly. You knowingly doing this, not ignorantly. It's different when you're ignorantly. You're making mistakes unknowingly. And you're doing this because you're chasing fame. You're chasing pride. You're chasing an ego. So let me say it again. You're going to make mistakes either way it go. I'm not talking about that. Because I already know the mind of your mind. We already know the mind of the people. We are the people. We are Israel. It's not about making mistakes. It's about you knowingly didn't go through the process and you defamed your elders to achieve a false position while teaching the word of the Most High. That's not acceptable, Yahweh. The Most High is not dealing with that. Every elder is going to make mistakes. Every brother is going to make mistakes. But are you doing this willingly and wanting power and position over judgment, mercy, and faith? See, this is the thing that stops the nation, and it's like we gotta fight these things now, right?
God.
So that's what a man is. That the transition from a man speaking, understanding. What else?
I thought as a child.
And your thinking, and the way you think. if you still got emotional problems and think that everybody's against you, how the hell are you going to think to be a priest? I'm going to say it again. Because you're like, well, that's a human thing. Do you think I'm thinking about what everybody is thinking about me and how you're going to look at me and this and that? And I got to watch you watch me? And then, like, yo, where do we get this from? Where do we get this mind from? Like, yeah, that person just don't like me. You do that in the world. We don't, like, where's your mind at? You know what I mean? Maybe that sister, you're thinking, you haven't been taught how to process a lot of these situations and things in your life because you didn't go through the tutelage. Look up the word tutelage. You didn't go through that. So, you finished that? Go ahead.
It says, but when I became a man,
right?
I put away childish things.
And that's what you're seeing online. You're seeing a lot of childish antics from grown-ass babies, boys, that hasn't transitioned, and they're there for money. They're there for power. They're there for position. They're there for a status. And it's really not about our people. I'm going to say it again. We're all going to make mistakes. But those mistakes, what is being promoted, that's not right. It's not good. What is tutelage? Go ahead.
Tutelage is a lifelong process of being intentionally formed by wise instruction, correction, and example until knowledge becomes wisdom.
Right.
Wisdom becomes character, and character produces faithful action.
Right. Check that out. Read it again.
Tutelage is a lifelong process.
Is a what?
A lifelong process.
Right. That's why you start seeing these guys fizz out. They fizz out after a while. See, we got to destroy the idea that the truth, serving the Father, is a fad. We got to destroy that idea that serving the Most High is a fad. We cannot let this happen. There's a proper process. Go to Proverbs 22:6. This training biblically, when you go back to the Bible, training biblically starts when you're a child. Mm-hmm. Right? Now, let's think about this, y'all. Training begins when you're a child. Read that. Go ahead.
Proverbs chapter 22, verse 6.
Go ahead.
Train up a child in the way he should go.
Do what?
Train up a child in the way he should go.
Okay. Now, two things. Who was born in the truth? Raise your hand. Okay. You guys lucked out. You were born in the truth. Four of our kids in here got 4, 6, 7 sisters was born in, right? Four young men, 2 sisters was born in the knowledge, knowing that they're fully living. They're not Goyim, right? That they are Hebrew Israelites. Right? They're not Goy boys.
Right. That's the shirt.
Right. That you are fully true Israelites, right? They never celebrate Christmas, Halloween. What about everybody else? So guess what you didn't get? You didn't get the training of a leader, of a Hebrew Israelite, of a priest. You didn't get that. Your training was what? What was your training? Go ahead, say it. There you go. That's where I want to go. What was it?
Suicides.
Suicides. Right? I gotta be the best. I gotta get these suicides because that's what's gonna make me fly on the court. Right? What? I gotta get my grades up. I'm gonna be the best nerd. Right? Nothing's wrong with suicides. Nothing's wrong with good grades. Nothing's wrong with that. But did you learn about the priesthood? Did somebody walk you through to say, serve the Lord? Keep the commandments. You're chosen. You're a chosen generation. Hey, put down Christmas. Put down Halloween. None of us learned that. You learning that now. At what age? Your whole life you've been blind. Right? So on the other side of that coin, Christ said, come as what?
Newborn babes.
Newborn babes.
Yep.
But now, how about if you skip the process in being trained up? Just think about it. You skip that process of being trained up. Now, yes, there's greater work for the kids that say, well, I grew up in the truth. Okay, well, let's see, right? We're like, okay, if you did, let's see. But the same thing happens with us as we come as newborn babes. There's a process of training that has to happen. That's what the Levitical priests went through. The Levitical priests went through the proper training from their mother and father, from their elders. Your mom ain't know nothing. She told you how to what? Boy, go get me a pack of Cool 100s. Damn. Right? Menthol. Right? Hey, could you go run and give me some Black and Milds? That's what you learned. Give me a 6-pack. You weren't raised on keep the commandments. Thou shalt not eat pork. Thou shalt not eat swine. Don't celebrate Christmas. You're a godly man. They didn't walk you through those things. So you had to what? It says what? Read it again.
Train up a child in the way he should go.
Go ahead.
And when he is old, he will not depart from it.
See? That's the process of the Levitical priesthood. Go from there. Go to Ecclesiastes 8 and 9. This is the process that happened with the priests. Who were the priests? The Levites. What home did you grow up in? A Levitical home. A priestly home. You didn't grow up with your dad smoking a blunt and then going and putting on a garment. You didn't grow that. You didn't grow up that way. At being a Levite during the times, the ancient times, when we had some dignity. There was a lot of righteous men that had dignity. Yes, there was a lot that didn't, right? But guess what they were growing up with? How many of y'all learned this in the homes? Commandments, laws, structure, the 5 sets of laws, right? Now think about this. Those carnal things, like we don't supposed to follow Christmas and worship other gods. Well, what more about the internal things?
I like what you're saying, because when you look at just that process,
right?
That process, even if you look at it from a worldly dynamic, when you look at our youth, the youth this age, we have conversations, and it's like, a 20-year-old doesn't know how to build his house.
Right.
You go to a 20-year-old's house. They might not be a thug, but you go into their house, it's like, is this a trap house?
Right.
Like you pouring the cereal in your mouth, pouring the milk in your mouth at the same time, because you
got
don't got a bowl. Yeah, you don't got a bowl.
Let me get a knife.
Yeah, you don't got a spoon. You don't got silverware.
He pulls it out of his pocket.
A switchblade. Right. That's how you cut
what you need.
You cut your sandwich with a damn hook. with a box cutter. Like, but because they were, I was looking at.
Hey, look. Guess what? We all been there.
God.
We all been there.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to put my clothes in the hamper. You walk in your room and you just like.
What's that for? Right. God.
Right. Your whole damn wall, the bed. Right. You go in the room. You got a plate of food here, a plate under the plate, right? And then you got a plate where you're sitting at, we got food on it, but that plate is 2-3 days old, right? And you're what? You got black circles under your eyes, and you're just like, that's teenage stuff.
Right.
We've all been there.
I was looking at the definition of underdeveloped.
Right.
So it's like, when you look at that, it's like you didn't go through the processes to be developed, to understand what you are supposed to maintain, what you're supposed to be aware of. And you talk about for a priest, imagine a priest, this example of the standard not being developed. Just think about that. Like, you look at an underdeveloped man in the world. You go to the 40-year-old's house, he doesn't know anything. Think about how you look at him. Damn, what's up, bro? You don't know nothing about credit. You don't know nothing about maintaining your house. You're 50 years old, you're still on the block. You look at him like, damn, something's wrong.
Didn't Drewski just do a little skit on that? About the old head
that with the young boy
that never grew up?
God, exactly.
Why is that?
Yeah.
Why is that funny as hell? It's funny because we all know our people have that logic.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you're like, damn, I know somebody like
it's
that.
It's like that, God.
Right? Now that's the extreme, right?
And that's the world.
That's the world, right? They're making fun of it in the world.
Yeah.
Well, what are we doing? We're reminding brothers the reason why you see a lot of these antics online is because you don't want to transition from the boy and understand what it is to be a priest.
Oh, yeah.
A priest is not someone you know 3 scriptures, don't know how to break it down, but you want to teach everybody. How about this? A priest is not someone you know the 3 scriptures, but you yourself don't know how to live the book.
Yeah.
We're going to be no different than the Catholics, the pastors, the preachers, the Christians.
Mm-hmm.
It's about conduct, right?
And
that's what you're seeing. You're seeing the lack of stressing that conduct means more than I could flip 1,000 scriptures. We eat this. There's no, all those Christians are getting torn apart every debate. But guess what people think the truth's about? A debate. They don't see that it's about us living the word of the Father, walking the way Christ walked. That's not at the forefront because the priests are not being exalted on what is a true priest. You're figuring, man, I can just binge watch S.O.W, LMNOP, HIJK, LOJ. I'm gonna binge watch everybody, and then what? I could do that too. But you never learn how to deal with your wife, how to deal with your kids, how to deal with your emotions, how you still got anxiety and you in the truth.
What?
It's like, well, everybody got anxiety. How?
Right.
When our comfort is supposed to be the Spirit.
The Comforter.
The Comforter.
Yep.
How you deal with an emotional stress when you got Yahushua in your life? Which one are you, Saul or David? Because David didn't have emotional stress. The cat that had demons on him did. But why is this? Because you're not trying to embody what it is to be a true priest. You're thinking if I get some precepts, man, maybe I can spit it to these hoes. You know what I mean? Hey, yeah, I'm a Hebrew Israelite.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know how many wives David had? You start talking with you. This is what the, you know what I mean?
The Birdman hands.
Yeah. Yeah. This is what we do. You know what I mean? And you're not realizing that you got another soul.
Mm-hmm.
You can't even deal with your woman's soul. You can't even deal with your soul. But you looking for what? You know what I mean?
Second rib.
Yeah. Third rib. You know what I mean? You never know. Most High, like brothers were joking the other day. You never know. Most High might say, "Listen, here's 3." You know, like really? You can't even pay your bills. What the hell are you talking about? You don't even know how to bring this woman in and make her a Proverbs 31 woman and support a Proverbs 31 woman. You still got butter knives as your steak knife. What the hell? Your ribs telling you, we need a couch. You're like, you know what? Nah, we need this new transmission.
Yeah, I had milk crates in my first apartment. I had milk crates. Like I was actually outside on the block.
Yeah.
It wasn't until people came in and said.
Because what is a teenage boy looking for?
Yeah,
bro, he just wants to make sure his G.I. Joe's is right.
Bro, that.
He ain't worried about none of that. You know what I mean? I was thinking about it. I was like, man, damn. I was like, it's so real. Because as a teenage boy, you're thinking about what? Gear? Your clothes? How you look? You're selfish. You're not thinking about the house. You're not thinking about these things that the Most High is wanting you to be mature in.
Yeah.
Right? It's like I tell my kids, it's like how you want animals and you can't clean up your room. You don't know responsibility. See, but these are the antics that we want to sow into the priesthood and be like, well, he's a priest. How? How is he a priest? Who vouched for that man? These are the things we miss. Read that where you're at.
Ecclesiastes chapter 8 and verse 9.
Go ahead.
Miss not the discourse of the elders.
So let's go back. You grew up in the world. You didn't grow up in a priestly home. You didn't grow up in a priestly home to hear the discourse of righteousness. You heard all kind of mental madness that really got you messed the hell up. So you coming to the priesthood, unless you understand what it is to be a priest, you still thinking like what? Men of the world.
Yep.
You're still thinking like the boys in the world, the boys in the hood. Right?
God.
Or you not? You trying to act like you not? Well, no. How is that not the case when you don't know how to go through the scriptures and guide your woman, guide your house, guide your mind, guide your family? You don't even know that Yahweh's first. You're still chasing money.
Yeah.
You're still, listen, gotta get this paper. You barely know how to really serve the Father. And then that's why they what? We're going to charge for what? We're going to charge for counsel. We're going to charge for this. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm more, like what they say, all the stuff that's going around, you buying cars and can't pay the car. That's what little boys do. Right? Because you want to what? Be fly and flashy. Like I said, we've all done it. We've all done it. But it's time to put away those childish antics and understand that the priesthood needs to be exalted. Not these niggerish antics. Yeah. What? I don't? No. Okay, is it?
It's right on.
Okay, go ahead.
First Timothy 1:7. Just with what he's saying, because it's like you watch it online and it's like I could be that too. Right? It's like
I can do what he's doing.
Right. You the Daniel LaRusso. I can learn karate from being at home. Right? And not knowing that you have to be under a sensei, because a sensei is going to make you respect it first. And that's what's happening. That's what this class is about. Because a boy, you think about a boy, right? Think about when you was in the world and you did celebrate, those of us that did celebrate holidays, right? Maybe you got a toy for Christmas, or you got a toy for your birthday, and you got in trouble for what? When you broke that toy the next day. Why? Because what your parents said, you don't know how to take care of anything, right? I remember that. I don't know about y'all, but this is what this is about. A boy is not going to care about this. He's not going to want to take care of it. A man is, because a man understands value. A man understands responsibility. This is what we have to understand as Hebrew Israelites. Yes, it's if you desire the office of a bishop, you desire a good word. That's a good thing. But understand what comes with that. And I know we're going to go there later, but read this.
1 Timothy chapter 1 verse 7. Desiring to be teachers of the law, understanding neither what they say.
Neither what?
Neither understanding neither what they say.
Because the law was given. Remember, everybody knows the precept package. Psalm 149, 19. Because the Most High gave His law to Israel. He didn't deal with any other nations. So what does that mean? That you just have a different eating habit? You just have different clothes? No, how we deal in every single way was supposed to be different. But if we get this position and we got these people and we got this name and there is no difference, then are we what the Bible said God's chosen people would resemble?
Right.
No. So you desiring something, but you still don't really comprehend what are you asking for. Go ahead.
Nor whereof they affirm.
Right. No, what did it say? What?
desiring to be teachers of the law, understanding neither what they said, nor whereof they affirm.
Right, what you confidently, because you go around saying I'm a Hebrew Israelite. You go around saying I'm from the 12 tribes of Israel. I'm from Ban Yahweh, Ban this, Ban that.
Right.
Con. But there was a difference between Jacob and Yasharallah. When you got your name changed, there was supposed to be a newness of you. Old things passed away. You were supposed to understand now that wretched man that I was can't be in this, because I was ordained to go help other ratchet people, other wretched people. But if I get here and there's a little residue of that, guess what you're going to attract?
Yeah.
You're going to attract the same thing. Not to clean them up, but to say, like the Christians, come as you are, stay as you are.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening. That's why this class is so important. He's been holding it in the clip for so long. Just so happened that the Spirit is like, no, now is the time. And it's not for one particular group of people. I know everybody think, oh yeah, I know who he's talking about. No, he's talking about the standard of men in Israel.
Right.
All of what you see and all of what you don't see. Because you ask your friends, what do they think about when you say Hebrew Israelite? There was a comment on there. It's not the Deuteronomy 4, what wise and understanding people. It ain't that yet. You know why? Because we missed the weightier matters.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about. Going through the process to embody those weightier matters, those virtues that make you shine. That make us shine. Make you shine from the old version of you. Because your peoples are going to first notice it. Your old homies are first going to see it.
Right.
They're supposed to be, no, not like, yeah, he's still the same way. He just dressed different. She just don't come around on Christmas no more. But that's my homie still. Like, no, there's supposed to be a difference. But that was it.
Right. Go back to Ecclesiastes 8 and 9.
Ecclesiastes 8 verse 9.
Go ahead.
Miss not the discourse of the elders.
So where were you supposed to learn how to conduct, how to think?
The elders.
Yeah. So in a Levite home, in a priest's home, right? Because who can serve in the priesthood?
Levi.
Right. And then who can serve in the priesthood after that Levite?
His sons.
No, his sons.
His sons.
And who can serve after the Levite's son?
His son.
His what?
His son.
Right, there you go. So who was serving in the priesthood?
Levi.
Generations.
What process did they go through? They grew up in a Levite home. They grew up in a Levitical priesthood standard. This is what we don't want to do. We want to just what? Put on fringes on a t-shirt and be like, you know what? I'm a priest.
God.
That don't make you a priest. That's going to be no different than, Pastor, give me more money. Pastor, let me touch your kids.
Or the Muslims that y'all laugh
Right.
at, that's out there, the ones that's in Philly that's still thugs, and they got the long bed sheets on with the big beards, but they still got the pistol, and they still talk about draw down on you, bro. Like I be seeing that stuff. Cause I just want to ask, like, what's the like everybody go to jail, you get God body, you get Muslim, but you still out there doing the same single thing that got you in the prison. What the heck was the difference?
Right. These are the antics, because
Time.
one thing black people don't want to do is let go of black antics.
Damn.
We don't want to let go of black and Hispanic and Native American antics.
They still feel it's a part of their identity.
Yeah.
They still feel like you're taking a piece of my culture away from me.
And we all, and everybody teaches this. Your heritage. Well, is your heritage gang banging?
Lie.
Is your heritage pan sagging?
Lie.
Is your heritage blunts?
Lie.
Is that that's what makes you hard? Is your heritage gangster life? Is your heritage being a damn touch your knees for the white man? Yes, I gotta put on the suit and tie. Right?
You gotta get paid.
Yeah. So what is your heritage? Like, you're bringing all these different personalities that was put on you to the truth. How is that going to work? Then when you come to the truth, you come with all these different individuals, and understand why you can't be at peace in the truth. Why you can't be one in the truth. Because you approach the truth the same way you did religion, when you was with the Knicks, and then you switch to the Lakers, and then like everybody's with the Knicks now, right? Everybody's with the Knicks now.
Yeah, okay.
Until they lose next year. Then what?
Kansas City.
Right? Then you ain't gonna be with the Knicks. Like, that's the mentality of our people. Like all that antics. Well, what was the quote from this knucklehead? I really wasn't an Israelite. I only did that for the community. Like, and this guy is literally a voice. You're sick. You guys are sick for uplifting this, but that's what you want. You want to uplift boys with antics. That's what's important to you. So that's what you get. You get the new generation of defiled priests. The new generation of people that don't care about the people and the truth. They care about themselves. For that to come out of your mouth is disgusting.
That's what when brothers start talking about who they was back in the days, I'm like, I'm listening. Like, you're bringing that out. What? You still glorify that?
If you're bringing it out in a denouncing it way,
that's different. Yeah, that's different. Yeah. And when they start like, I was that dude back on 25th Street.
Right.
Back in the days, I had all the. Sounds like you still glorifying that to me, and you will see that in some of these brothers. And what happens? What happens? We all got a past. So then you start now you having a conversation about who you was back in the days instead of who the new man, new woman you supposed to be now. What does that do? You making them 3 times the servant of Satan. Because now you got this gospel, you're supposed to be free, but it's like, nah, I don't want freedom. I like this bondage. I like being on the block. I like being in captivity. And that's why a lot of our people don't really fully come out of what it says, come out of my people.
Right.
That's why a lot of us fully don't come out. It's like, because I still want to be a little bit of both.
Check this out. Think about these cats, and this is why I said t-shirts are not your garments, your robes. T-shirts are not our garments or robes. But this is what you have because, yes, that's fine. It's hot out. Like, okay, let's represent Yahweh in a way, right? But t-shirts ain't your robes.
Priestly garments.
They're not your priestly garments. So why is that more appealing to this generation? Because I can still dress like Jacquees and be a Hebrew Israelite. And I don't really have my pants sagging that much, but I make sure they little off my ass, right, just to show like I'm keeping it real out here.
Or my Timberlands, they still laced up like
right.
Like I'm about to go to the club. They ain't tight.
Right.
I can't choke them.
Not soldier tight.
You want me to choke them up?
You can't not soldier tight.
With that in the Bible, I gotta choke my boots.
A priest learned these things in a house.
God.
The child learned it from his parents in a house.
God.
And as a young priest, before he could step into that priest's office, he had to conduct himself in the right manner. So he had to do what? What did it say?
Miss not the discourse of the elders.
Jump up to verse 8.
Despise not the discourse of the wise.
Then when he comes among, because this is what you got. We get a lot of teenage boys in here in mentality. Oh, I didn't like how he said that. You know what I mean? I'm going to do me. Like, please do you. Because I give you just a little bit time and listen to me, all the things that you didn't want to realize about yourself. The Lord has a way of taking all your work and dumping it all upside down.
Con.
When you don't want to learn what you need to learn.
Con.
You invest in a woman, he's like, you didn't do it the right way. He turns you upside down, shakes you out. She's gone. You're like, well, I'm going to get this money. I'm going to let you build up. And then he what? He shakes you down, takes it all away. Right? That's what you're seeing. Brothers that know me know everything that's happening now. I already asked Quatzazab, asked Zion. I already told him, I said, this is not going to last. You know why? Because it didn't last with the other individuals before them that did it. It didn't last with Saul. It's not about kingship. It's not about taking a position. It's not about I want to be the head guy. It's not about that. It's about let's teach our people. And in order for me to do that, how could I do that the right way? Not because I want position, power, or I want people to give me notoriety. It's about, man, I want the people to know what the truth is, what the exemplification of the knowledge is. Well, the problem is that's not exhorted. That's not talked about now in these days. You know what's talked about? Let's debate. Let's debate. And that debating got you obscured. So you get all these breakdowns and you forget the weightier matters.
Yeah.
The Levites, they learned the discourse of their elders. That child was not going to be a priest unless they followed properly. So it said what?
Miss not the discourse of the elders, for they also learned of their fathers, and of them thou shalt learn understanding.
Right, they learned it of their what?
Their fathers.
They did what?
Learned of their fathers.
Okay, so you don't have a father that taught you. So you're supposed to be saying, yes, I have my spiritual fathers. But the problem is that what? You're king dingling and you don't need nobody. Right? You're king dingling, I'm such and such. Do you know how many people I killed? Right? You know how many people I killed with these fingers? Like, you ain't no spiritual father, but you what? You let the drug dealer raise you. You let the college, the white man, effeminate raise you. You let the rap game raise you. You let all these things raise you. You let the ditzy ass women raise you, right? I don't know what's going on. What's up with you? Nothing. I gotta go. That's how you act as a man. Nothing, Becky. I'm leading. It's like, what the fuck? You a man? What the hell's your problem? What is going on? But you didn't learn what it is to be a man. So you're what? You're over emotional. You can't communicate. And then you expect to raise a wife, a child, a family? That's all we want to do is stick our wee-wee and everything and make it right. We stick our Skittle popper and everything, and then what happens? We're going to make it right. I'm a man. I got 7 kids. But they everywhere, bruh. They're all over the place. Oh, I'm a man. I got my woman. But she don't like you. She don't respect you.
Right.
We gotta ask ourselves, do we want to be those people again? And put old cloth on new garment. Old garment on new cloth and be like, you know what, I'm gonna be this guy. You're supposed to be saying, man, a king to be on the level of the angels, I gotta aspire to a mind of a God. Not what the hell we were in the world. Y'all got to think about that. What's up, Ak? What's on your mind? Yeah. You want to say something? Read on, Ak. I just thought you might have something to say, something to add.
And of them thou shalt learn understanding.
What the? It says what?
And of them thou shalt learn understanding.
Right. And of them thou shalt learn understanding. Go to Isaiah 32:7. Oh, you got my one? Hold that. Hold that. Yeah. Now you're thinking. We're gonna go there next. Read that.
Isaiah chapter 32 verse 7.
So this is what I want y'all to do. Ask yourself. Whoever's gonna click on and click off, ask yourself.
They did that.
Oh yeah, they did. They don't want to hear that.
Oh, they back. Okay.
They don't want to hear this. They never want to hear this. Go to the debate. Go to the debate class. Because when you're told about integrity, when you're told about the standard of how you're supposed to conduct yourself, you rather let your works fall. They don't see that all the works that these men put in, it fell because they wouldn't do it the right way. they wouldn't do it the way the Most High said.
Right.
And that's not like what the brother said. You put a curse on me? No. What are you, simple-minded? No, it's not a curse. It's that the Most High, we've been through it. On every level. It doesn't matter what level. You don't have to go through that. You're supposed to be learning how the Most High said, come and be a priest. He didn't say get a French shirt and grab your Bible and start running at your mouth. You got one dusty sign. You don't even know how to wear proper clothing out there. That's not how we conduct ourselves as a priest. We've been going over in Leviticus. The priest's clothes were on point. You got these guys going out with dirty ass sandals. They got dirty socks representing the Most High.
One dude took a smoke break.
One dude took a smoke break. That's the prophets of the Lord? You better go back into your Bible. We didn't roll like that. But he didn't sit down. He just says, what? Man, I can do what they doing. My camp, we gonna smoke weed.
Yeah. Not laughing. It's out there.
You laughing, but this is the problem because they love debates. They love these guys with the debates. Well, we started the debates. The elders started the debates. But go look at how they conduct themselves being in the spirit. Well, some elders were wrong. In the spirit. David was right in the spirit until he messed up. Right? Like, what the scriptures tell you, they don't even know how to process that. They don't even know how to process how and who to properly follow. They don't know those scriptures. Why? What the brother say? I've been in this camp this amount of time, and I have not got one class on how to deal with my wife. That's what he said. I'm not going to say the name of the school, but think about that. You've been in a class 7-8 years, and you never learned how to deal with your wife? Why? Because people are coming in off of what? Debating, flipping scriptures, cutting people, and not really showing people how to walk the way the Father said.
Don't forget that other one, because we love numbers.
Oh, yeah.
We love numbers. That's why you let the little white boy be your best rapper, because he sold the most records. Right. So then you got somebody who has the most followers or the most views, and they're like, oh, well, he's got to be the truth. Look how good he speaks. Look how many likes he's got. He's got K. Look at y'all views. Y'all get 200. He get 200K.
But the point is this, that at the end of the day, what is the Most High looking at? Right. Because when the sheep is scattered, then what do you have? How many people have you hurt? Willingly. How many people you messed up willingly? Because your goals and your aspirations and what you're fighting for. Where you at? Read that.
Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 7.
No, I didn't ask for that. Isaiah 32 and 7. I asked for that? Deuteronomy 32 and 7. Go ahead and read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 7.
Go ahead.
Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations.
Go ahead.
Ask thy father, and he will show thee.
Why am I going here? Tell me why I'm going to this verse, Small Willa. Why am I going to this verse, Tazahal? Go ahead.
Because the topic we're on is talking about going to somebody with wisdom to get information.
Right. Right? What else?
To understand how to conduct yourself, as a class, as a man. So in the world, usually, like a lot of times we have a mother figure or just some rando teaching us, but the scripture's telling us to go to a specific person for a specific thing that we're trying to obtain.
Perfect. Perfectly said. Yeah. Now here's the question. I want to remind y'all, did we receive that in the world? Did we receive the elders in the world that walked us through the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding? No, that's why you got the truth at 30. That's why you got the truth at 24. That's why you got the truth at 18. Because your mom and your daddy didn't tell you. So what does that mean? That if we're properly following the process, Well, then I got to go through the process of what it is to be a priest. Right? Well, who are the priests? You don't even know that. Well, if you watch cats by their conduct, how they move, there's good elders that conduct themselves like grown men, and you want to do like Absalom, you want to run to the what? The young boys.
Yeah.
Why? Because it's more flashy. And like I said, this is not only this arena. They do this in every arena. You just following the fad of the world. So you want to run to this, but it's at your demise. Because you're not thinking, what does the Most High require of us? That you clean the outside of the cup of the inward. That's what it's supposed to be on. I'll never forget, the brother got mad at us. He said, why y'all always doing inward man classes, spiritual man classes? He said that. Why y'all always doing that? Why? Because he wants to hear what? A breakdown that you already got 30 times. It doesn't change. You know who Christ came for. Why am I going to debate that? Why am I going to go over a class on that with you? You know who Christ came for. That's why you sitting here. We don't got to go over that. What we need to be working on is what Christ told us to embody as Hebrew Israelites. We didn't get that. So now you got to go to an elder to properly know how to conduct yourself. Show me in the book, because I just don't have the information right now. And then when you do, the Most High will increase you. All we're doing is relaying messages. We didn't write the book. But see, you get caught up into your ego. Right? I don't want nobody relaying the message to me. Right? The antics are out of there because the Black, Hispanic, and Native American community have so much egotistic pride.
It is.
So you think, oh, I can't be under nobody. But you will kiss your boss's ass to the middle part. You will do that. But when you come in the truth, it's like you want to be Mr. Macho Man. Only with your people. No. The spirit of humility is not exemplified when it comes to Christ. It's exemplified when you go chase money and women. But when it comes to being humble under the word of the Most High, it's like, nah, I ain't doing that. Yeah. These are the qualities that the Most High, He wants us to boast about. He wants us to talk about these things that created true priests, not the false priests. Go ahead.
Ask thy father, and he will show thee.
In the ancient days, your father would tell you. You don't have that. So your spiritual father tells you. That brother that is walking and being faithful to the work, he will tell you. Go ahead.
Thy elders.
Right?
And they will tell thee.
Your elders were supposed to tell. You didn't have that. Right?
Or you left.
I'm talking about the old head elder that was telling you 100 ways to roll the blunt.
How to get the women.
100 ways to get money from women. We're not talking about that. We talk about elders that led you according to righteousness, justice, truth, integrity, and said, listen, live life according to the will of the Father. You didn't learn that till you got around people of the Most High. I know you learned a few scriptures and what? You that ninja now, right? This is what's wrong with our people. You learned a few scriptures and you know what? I'm my own man. The Spirit endowed me too. Yeah, but if you know anything about the Spirit, David was an old man and he stood humble. Moses was an old man and he stood humble. It wasn't about, oh, I'm here now. Now I leave off of the qualities that's been exemplified in the gospel. Right? What?
I was just chat GPT about the tutors of kings and priests.
Okay, just hold that. Where you at?
Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 16. Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 16.
Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 16.
Because the Bible talks a lot about this topic. These are not the things that are you hear a lot in these classes or these breakdowns, but the standard, the process, the Bible definitely speaks on this. Where you at?
Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 16. Woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child.
Because the other scripture tells us in Ecclesiasticus.
No, go ahead.
As the ruler is, so is the officers. So if you're king, if the leader, if the I don't care what the head priest, whatever you want, the president of the United States. Why the world laughing at America now? Because look at who they have in office. You back this guy. You back this guy. Not only you back this guy, but you act like this guy. You're just as foolish as him. Now, when it comes to us in our position as being the light of the world, how are we going to be no different than what the world laughs at? All the bywords and the proverbs that they look at blacks and Hispanics and say, no, these are not Native American. These are not God's chosen children. These are not people that we got to come to for the standard. That's why I said, woe to the land. Because you didn't want to go through the process. You want to just pop somebody up there. Read it again from the top. Watch.
Woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child.
When your leader is underdeveloped, what could you? He's not experienced. He's not experienced with how to deal with himself, nor the duties that come with being a leader. That's why that title, that's a weighty title. It's a heavy title. Whenever we tell brothers, all right, are you sure you're ready to take the test? The duties that come with that. It's not just a position. It's not just, hey, you can get a microphone. It's now you're gonna be part of carrying that standard. And you should want that. For men, not for children. Go ahead.
And thy princes eat in the morning.
Right, watch. It's gonna explain that last part, because you're like, what the prince eat in the morning? Is he born to eat in the morning? Watch. Read.
Blessed art thou, O land, when thy king is the son of nobles.
When he's the what?
The son of nobles.
When you have an experienced man teaching you, whether that's your physical or your spiritual father that's showing you how to properly hold that position. Right. That's what the other scripture said, wear out the doorsteps. Because he was going to show you how to be that elder, that officer, that soldier. Go ahead.
And thy princes eat in due season.
Because the other scripture said the ones that were children, they were going to do things out of season. That's why you see street speaking that looks horrible. Horrible. Because you get into these back and forth debates instead of just being calm, staying in the spirit, and letting them just show how much they don't know. But because you still don't know how to rule your own spirit, you're still filled with emotions, you still resemble a child. Now it gets to what children do. Out of control, angry, you yelling back and forth, you're cursing. Now it's a rap battle. Yeah. And we love rap battles. Yeah. We love debates. We love rap battles. We love controversy. We love conflict. So when we get drawn to that, classes like this, that holds us accountable, classes like this, that say that's black people stuff, classes like this, that say Israelites don't move like that, it's like, well, I got you. But I'm saying, what you trying to say? Did the scripture say, debate thy cause? You big dummy, did you read the whole scripture? It didn't say to go out there and now that's all you do. And you're doing it out of season. Right. That's what the elder was going to show you. Right. When was the right time to do that? Right,
exactly.
When was the right time? Because you got to do it, but in season.
Yeah, but your judgment you don't know that because you never took the time to go through the process of learning. Mm-hmm. Everybody knows this in every arena of life. Mm-hmm. There's an application and a time for all things. Yeah. How come it's not in the truth? How come is cry out loud and spare not all the time when there's so many other scriptures that show us when to hold your tongue, when to speak, how to speak. See, it's all those things that you leave out, and that's why you still speak like a child. And your discernment is that of a child. And that's what you see a lot of. You don't see quality teaching. You see, yes, a guy that knows where to go, but you don't see the exemplification inwardly. Mm-hmm. So if you're like, well, he's a good debater, all praise to the Most High, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about, let's talk about the character, how they deal with people, because those things are going to matter at the end of the day, because that's what people are going to say. That's a son of God, right? Do we want the sons of God to be niggas? Well, then we better learn what it is to be a son of God, a priest of the Lord.
Yeah, to be led by the Spirit and not by watch. Finish the last part.
For strength and not for drunkenness.
Because these princes that were raised up by nobles, they weren't going to be led by their own desires. Because the drunkenness comes. How does drunkenness benefit me? Your drunkenness don't benefit me. It doesn't help. But with this experienced man was eating for strength, because whatever he consumes, guess what he does with it? Freely you receive, freely you give. So you're able to get that back, but that's what tutelage and the process is going to put in you. So that you're not skipping parts because of what you're drunken by, your fame, your desire to be somebody because you was a square or you was popular. The one guy said, yeah, I was popular before the truth. So?
Like, look how you sound.
So?
Look how that sounds.
That's insane.
Like, you don't even sound like a Hebrew Israelite. You sound like a college girl trying to get attention. And is that what the truth's about? Trying to get attention? We just read it. Christ wasn't looking for attention.
Right.
We want this point to get attention, though. That the standard is a high standard. The calling is a high calling.
God.
And that's not based off of arguings and fights, but based off exemplifying the character that was in Christ. That's the point of this. And it ain't going to happen if you don't transition from a boy to a man. It's very important. Go ahead, read that.
That's it on that. That's it on that.
Go back to the video. Go to Numbers. Go to Numbers 8:24. Go to Numbers 8:24. Read that.
Numbers chapter 8 and verse 24.
Go ahead.
This is that belonging unto the Levites.
Right.
From 20 and 5 years old.
No. Where are you at?
Numbers chapter 8 verse 24.
Go ahead, read it again.
This is it that belongeth unto the Levites.
This is it that belonged to the Levites. Listen, check this out. Go ahead.
From 20 and 5 years old and upward.
What age?
20 and 5 years old and upward.
What did they do? Read.
They shall go in to wait upon the servant.
They were going to do what?
Go in to wait upon
No. Wait. Which is what? What were they going to do, They were going to go over there and take over the high priest position? But they were going to, you're going to do the candles out, you're going to do the curtains, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. Now think about it. From a child to 12, right? 12 years old, you're around priests. Your house is priesthood. From 12 to what?
25.
Right, to 25. Now, remember, all this is happening in your house till you get 25. And now you can be among the priesthood and you can do and wait on the priesthood. Right? Right? I want you to look up that word.
Wait.
Yes. I want you to look up this word. Now, this is what the young men were doing. They weren't just getting a... Bro, you think they were just jumping in and taking on the office that they didn't even know how to deal with? This is why we have so many failures. This is why we have so many things that just dissipate after a while. Because you want to establish something on disowning your elder. That's a lot of these schools. That's how it started. Talking about their elder. Or what? Debating somebody. Is that what you want to be known for? Is that why you want to get your pedigree is what? Arguments and fights? What does it say? What does it say? Wait, what you got it in the Hebrew?
Yeah.
What you got?
In the Hebrew, to serve.
To what?
To serve.
They were going to do what?
To serve.
No. They were going to go in and take over,
To serve.
So at 25, they was doing what?
To serve.
I don't want to do that. So when I come in, you know what I mean? Y'all holding me back. You know what I mean? See, I was never. Anybody start talking about I was, what they were in the world, right? And who they were in the world. That's when you got to be like, okay, spiritual antennas. Your mind is still stuck on the old man. Yeah, I never been the type of cat. I never been the type of cat. Like, we don't give a damn about that guy.
God.
We don't care about that guy.
Yeah.
Like, what you telling me what you was never? Because the Most High asks you when you come in the door to put off the old man.
God.
Not to tell me how you was never the type of guy. Yeah, I always been the type of guy that, like, I don't give a damn about that. Are you coming in ready to be renewed?
God.
Because if you're bringing that I was never, then most of the time your old logic is standing in front of that new man and stopping him from moving forward. You know, I'm just the type of, right? That's the language you talk. Well, I'm just the type of, yeah, but what did Christ say about it? And a lot of times you don't see that. That's holding you back. The young priest will be waiting, serving at 25.
Yeah, and he's got a good one.
What you got?
It says, this is ChatGPT. It says, so waiting upon the service carries the idea of attending diligently to the work of the Most High, learning one's duties, and faithfully servicing until the Lord appointed time for greater responsibility.
There you go.
On the
Go from there. Go to Galatians. Go to Galatians 3:1. Go to Galatians 3:1. This was the process. There's a process. Go to Galatians 3:1. Somebody go to Chronicles 23 and 24. Read that.
Galatians chapter 4, verse 1.
Go ahead. 4:1. Excuse me. Go ahead.
Now I say that the heir.
That the what?
That the heir.
That the what?
The heir.
Like, you could be an heir. Your parents could die and they're king and queen. And you 7 years old. You gonna rule, but who gonna rule really? Auntie? Uncle? When the young kings came up and they were like kings 12 years old and under, right? They weren't making rules. They weren't sitting down and making decisions. You know who was making those decisions for them? Family members. It says the heir. You are an heir. We're kings and priests. But are we there yet? Everybody want to put on the crown. You know what I mean? I'm such and such. You know what I mean? And if you ain't get the truth from me, kill yourself. This is the problem. Everybody want to be the chief and nobody want to be the Indians. That's been a problem with our people. I'm going to say it again. It's not only the Israelite arena. You're just bringing these antics into the truth. And therefore you teach the same thing that our communities teach in the world. Not to really sit down and learn what you need to learn. Go ahead, read.
As long as he is a child.
Right?
Deferred nothing from a servant.
He deferred nothing from a what?
A servant.
When you were in this position, you weren't just anointed as high priest. You would come in and learn how to serve. One of the biggest problems with Hebrew Israelites is you want to skip this position on serving. So what do? No. You skip the position on serving and you usurp authority. The biggest mistakes is when elders, so-called elders, want the attention and they don't leave you as either a soldier or a young officer, and they put you in a position that they know you can't handle. But all they want is numbers. All they want is to be seen. And they know you're still a little boy. Because the qualities of a priest, you were supposed to step up. You were supposed to step up. What is happening with the father and the mother looking at the son? What is happening with the priest looking at these boys that's coming in and doing the work? What are they doing? What are they doing to them? What?
I mean, they're teaching them. They're showing them how to properly serve.
Right. They're showing them how to properly serve. And if they don't know how to properly serve, what happens? Think about it, y'all. If you're a Levite's son, I want y'all to think about this. You're a Levite's son and you out of order. Right, watch. Hold that. Go to 1 Timothy 3 and 4, and then we're going to go back to we're going to go to this one. Check this out. I want y'all to understand this. Like, you're a Levite. Remember, you grew up in a Levite home. Your sons are going to be Levites. Now, we're talking about the Levites because we know now that it ain't on the Levites only. You're a nation of kings and priests. So I'm showing you the process of a priest, right? So what happens when you were a rebellious child and you're in your house and you're a Levite, but you out of order? Because what was supposed to happen here? Read.
1 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 4.
Go ahead.
One that ruleth well his own house.
Okay. So the Levite father and mother are supposed to do what?
Ruleth well their own house.
You were supposed to guide your house well. Right? Go ahead.
Having his children.
Having his what?
His children.
Read.
In subjection.
So imagine what happens according to the law when you're not in subjection. Anybody know what a scripture? Go there. Go to Deuteronomy
28 verse 18.
Go to Deuteronomy 28 and 18. See, this is what brothers want to skip. You want to what? You don't want to go through the process of being under tutors and governors to the time appointed. You want to skip the time appointed because you've never been the type of guy. I've never been the type of guy to follow. You know, the scriptures say what? Trust not in man. Once again, understanding. You got to read down in there, brother. Oh, yeah. It says it maketh flesh as arm. Right. Meaning man's salvation. Because the other scriptures say you were supposed to learn from your elder. Mm-hmm. But this is the problem. This is the type of damn backward antics that we get from these clowns online. And then you start this and then everybody thinks they can debate. Everybody thinks they got the right to say something. It's madness, man. It's madness. Where are you at? Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 18.
You were supposed to
21
and 18. 21 and 18. You were supposed to teach the Levite father and Levite mother will teach the kids. Right. Yep. And the kids had to be what?
In subjection.
And what?
In subjection.
And what else?
With all gravity.
With all what?
Gravity.
Right. So you get a brother that come in and he don't want to hear. I'm not hearing that. That's what these guys come in and do. Instead of coming in as newborn babes, you come in with the same rebellious spirit, and that's why you don't learn. That's why you start your own thing and it's going to fail. It's going to fail because the Most High bless the humble. He's not going to bless the... Listen, they all fail. Think about it, y'all. That like this is going to happen to you. This is the process. The Most High don't bless those works. He didn't bless a Saul. He blessed a David. He didn't bless Gehazi. He blessed Elisha. Y'all not getting it. He didn't bless a Judas. He blessed the humility of Peter when Christ was checking the hell out of him. He didn't be like, Christ, that's what I'm saying. See, I don't agree with Christ. That was Judas. But Peter took those damn checks. I just don't understand how Christ is rolling. Talking about eat this flesh, eat me. What type of stuff is that? What you talking about, Christ? I'm not messing with that no more. Like, you're simple. You don't understand that you have to go through the process of learning. And if you're in the book, the Spirit will make it very clear what is right and what's wrong. But the problem is you ain't in the book. You won't study. But guess what? You got judgment. You got judgment, but you don't know how to take care of your kids. You don't know how to teach your woman. You don't know how to stop beating off. You don't know how to stop playing video games most of your day. But you're a grown man. You serious? That you don't know how to do none of that, but you're grown. That's the whole thing. We know your pedigree. We know your pedigree. We can vouch for you. Oh yeah, this brother, yeah, he left. Yeah. And what did he do? He still was beating off. Oh yeah, he left. And he still was ignoring his rib, ignoring the duties at home. He wasn't grave. He thought he was going to get another rib before he know how to take care of his one rib. Well, so when y'all talk about these people doing this, these young men doing this, you know why they're doing that? Because you gave them rank. You got these brothers that give them rank. That's why brothers that left here, you start your own camp. Guess what was he? Guess what he was when he left here? A trooper. He ain't going to come and say, hey, you know what? They gave me a power of a general. And I went and did my own thing. No, you left a member, brother, because you didn't do and conduct yourself according to what the scripture says. You didn't want to serve. You just wanted to run your mouth. You wanted women. You wanted position. And that's what's not being put on blast. These young boys never leave off these things, and then they come into the truth and want to be the same thing they were in the world. That's not what the scripture says. You were supposed to be grave. You were supposed to conduct yourself in integrity. Mm-hmm. You were supposed to learn the qualities of a bishop and stand on those qualities. And when it was brought to your face, guess what? You were supposed to humility, accept that, and move forward in growth. But you what? Oh, he checked me. I don't want to hear that. Yeah, I know you don't want to hear it. I know you don't want to hear it. Because all these there's a generation that's pure in their own eyes. You're pure in your own eyes. So you don't want to hear it. But guess what? When things fall, then you'll get it.
It's like you think about a child that don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
That's stubborn.
Let him read it. What? Let him read it. Go ahead. Let him read it.
Chapter 21 and verse 18.
Go ahead.
If a man have a stubborn and rebellious son.
No, he's going to be a Levitical priesthood.
A stubborn and rebellious son.
Go ahead.
Which will not obey the voice of his father.
Right, which will not obey the voice of his father. Go ahead.
Or the voice of his mother.
Read.
And that when they have chastened him,
right,
will not hearken unto them.
Read. So you chasten him, you check him, you're like, that's off. That's wrong. Well, I don't agree with y'all judgment. Okay, then do it yourself, because you only went to the 3rd grade in the truth. Let's see what you can do with that 3rd grade knowledge. Because the Most High could have increased you. But you what? You didn't want to hear that because you're rebellious. You're a rebellious little boy. Go ahead.
Then shall his father and his mother lay hold on him.
Go ahead.
And bring him out unto the elders of his city.
Read.
And unto the gate of his place.
Come on.
And they shall say unto the elders of his city, this our son is stubborn.
Is what?
Stubborn.
The Most High wasn't dealing with that. You're a stubborn priest. Man, I always been stubborn all my life. Ain't nobody gonna change me. Bruh, the Most High is gonna change you. You don't supposed to have that quality. Stubborn, stiff-necked. Yeah, I'm just a rude boy. I'm just like that. You're supposed to be upholding the quality and standard and integrity of the man of God. Right. Not what you say, oh, you know what? I'm going to hold fast to the things that I learned in the world because that made me up. It made you into an animal.
God.
What happened to this man? Go ahead.
And rebellious. He will not obey our voice.
Go ahead.
He is a glutton.
Read.
And a drunkard.
Read.
And all the men of his city shall stone him with stone.
Bruh, they weren't playing with that. So that's just a regular guy. Imagine if you were a child in of the Levitical line and you didn't want to be told how to properly conduct yourself and move as a priest. Yeah, Yeah, the daughter was burned, right? The Most High is showing us that there is a high standard when it comes to this position. And me, when you go home and look in your Bible, you should require the highest standard from yourself, not a position, not because you got a few scriptures you want to kick to some women, but because you're holding the high standard. And we know the sword is going to come. The sword is going to come. So they would be stoned. You're done with Deuteronomy. Jump back. Read. So this is why it said what?
One that ruler was his own house.
So the Levite father and the Levite mother would raise that boy, that man-child. Go ahead.
Having his children in subjection.
You would be in order, man. How many of you were in order with your parents and you understood what you're supposed to be doing in righteousness, honoring your father and mother, and keeping the laws and commandments? How many of us were raised like that? See, in a priestly mind. How many? A lot of us weren't. Go ahead.
With all gravity.
With all what?
Gravity.
Right. Look, you know why you're floating everywhere?
Yeah.
You know why you into everything? You ain't got no gravity. You're not rooted. You're not founded. That's why you're what? Transformers. More than meets the eye. What are you today? I want to be this. Oh, I'm good with that. I don't do that. I'm good. It's like, we keep saying it. Show me the Peter that abandoned ship because he was corrected and told. I only see the Judas. I only see the Judas. Show me the righteous men circumventing the right process to deal with their issues. Whether it's offense, whether it's your wife, whether it's your kids. Show me in the Bible where righteousness is not to deal with your issues. A lot of you, you know what you do? You come in the truth, you treat the truth like you did your gang-banging buddies. You did it like your rival in high school. That's what I'm saying. That's why the class is little boys running camps. You literally didn't change nothing. You still Jacquees. You're not your Hebrew name. That's why I don't even like calling these cats the Hebrew name, because you left off on that name. You're not following that name.
It's like they want to. It's crazy because you say like a stubborn child. Just think about the kid that, or you know, that he wants to leave the basketball court, take his basketball because things ain't going his way. He wants to be the ruler and dictate how things are going to go. These guys will leave the truth with the name that they got. They'll leave with the breakdown that they got.
Yeah.
But, right?
Yeah.
But you ain't going to leave with the standard that you was taught also.
Exactly.
It's like, come on.
And that's the thing, because you continually try to pour new wine into old bottles. That's why in the end, you didn't change. It doesn't matter. In the end, you didn't change. You were the same guy. And that's what you're getting. You're getting the same guys, and it's like, I'm going to do my own thing. That's what you're getting in the world. Because you got disobedient children. Give me that one too. It says presumptuous are they. It says that they don't want to deal with governments. Go ahead, read where you're at.
For the man know not how to rule his own house.
All right, go from there. Go to 1 Peter 5:5. So I just wanted to show you what the Levite young man, is doing. The process. He was a servant. The priesthood had him being a minister. He wasn't going to just, you know what? He's 25, but he's Levi. Let's go ahead and lift him up. You know what? You can go ahead and run that. You can do that. No, there had to be characteristics of righteousness in this man.
Right. When you look at, I was looking it up. When you look at Korah and David, right? Korah he was Levite, but he wanted to be in the chief seat. He wanted Aaron's position.
Right.
So he wasn't satisfied with being a priest and having a job. He wanted the job, and he wasn't content with it. So then what did he do? He was getting puffed up.
Perfect. Go to 1 Peter 5 and 5.
1 Peter chapter 5 verse 5.
Go ahead.
Likewise, ye younger, submit yourselves unto
Do that
the
next.
elder.
Do what?
Submit yourselves unto the elder.
So when you look at the Levitical children, the young priests, they couldn't be out of order with the elders. But you see, that's what generation we got. We think what? We don't have to show no respect to the order, to the elders. We don't have to show no respect to the position. Just ruthless and lawless, man. And therefore, so when you take the position, think about it. That's the way you think. What are you going to pull to you? That's what they don't understand. What are you going to pull to you with a mind like that?
More rebellion.
You're going to pull, he said it earlier. He said, you make them twice a child of Satan.
God.
You're pulling those type of people to you. And because you don't want to speak about, brothers, you won't go over the class on what it is to be a husband because you're not a good husband. You won't go over the class on how to be a good father because you're not a good father. You can't formulate and make up the class because you don't think on that level. It's like asking a kid to think about all the bills in the house when you pay their cell phone. They're not thinking like, damn, y'all got a lot on y'all plate. You're not thinking on that level. That's why it says you think like a boy still instead of thinking like, wait a minute. There's responsibilities that come with this. He said, my people have a zeal, but not according to knowledge. This is the problem. It's a false zeal. Right? Where are you at?
1 Peter chapter 5 verse 5.
Go ahead.
Likewise, ye younger,
Right?
submit yourselves unto the elder.
Go ahead.
Yea, all of you be subject one to another.
Right. So there was some subjection. That's why it said the Levites, those young priests, they were what? Servants. Why were they servants? In order for them to get to the next stage, what had to be seen? Their character, how they moved, how they walked. Why? Because if you were money hungry, they weren't going to put you up in there. If you were thinking about the women, they weren't going to put you there. Right? If you had vices, if you were a drunk, they were not going to put you there. So you see why there's a process, but do you see what happens when you skip the process? It has to be a process of learning, going through the steps, because it gets you to this next point. It gets you to the point of somebody vouching for you.
Damn.
It gets you, go to Hebrews 5 and 4.
Do you still want that ticket?
Which was what?
Do you have the one for this?
Hold it. You have one.
All right, Galatians 6.
You got to tap me. I
Yeah,
forgot
no,
about that.
it goes, that what you saying is like,
Right.
Okay,
now, you want to do it now?
Go to Galatians 6 and 3.
Yeah.
Because what was it? What was that point you just said?
The vouching? The next point?
Because if you skip the process, right, you're going to now validate yourself instead of like what does Hamashiach mean? The anointed, right? That means somebody anointed Yahushua. He didn't anoint himself. Y'all know that, right? Somebody, so we know the Most High anointed Yahushua, huh? But brothers is doing it. I'm gonna anoint myself. I nominate myself chief, high priest, bishop, XYZ. The problem with that is, read the scripture.
Galatians chapter 6 and verse 3. For if a man think himself to be something, when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself.
Because get 1 Corinthians right with it, 8 and 2. Because the deception is going to look like this. Read.
1 Corinthians chapter 8 and verse 2. And if any man think that he know anything, he knows nothing yet as he ought to know.
So you see how the scriptures, when you bring it together, you're deceiving yourself because you don't know the intricate, the weightier matters. You don't know that your drunkenness is not going to bring drunkenness to your camp. You didn't know that your whoremongering is going to bring whoremongering to your camp. You didn't know that because you didn't touch on these topics, guess what's going to be going on in the camp?
Yes.
There's going to be adultery going on in the camp because you still have that adulterous spirit, so you don't want to teach on it. And then now you found out that this brother was sleep with this brother's wife.
Right.
Because you were all about, no, I got to give the people what gives me likes.
Now, I'm going to say this again, and I'm going to let you come in. No one's perfect. We're not talking about that. We're talking about those who choose to purposely circumvent the process. Drama happens everywhere, right? Offenses happen everywhere. Mistakes happen in all men. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. That's we get that. Mistakes happen. Mess ups happen. Right? Offenses happen. We're talking about men that don't want to follow the standard and knowingly put these things aside and they do more hurt. What you going to say? The one he just went?
I went a little fast. I went to Galatians 6:3. 1 Corinthians 8:2. 1 Corinthians 8:2. Yeah, because you know not what you ought to know. You don't know what you need to be speaking on. Like all your classes is on Deaf to America, the white man's Bible speak of. We know that. Do you not realize the lustful spirit that's in your congregation? The scripture said, know them that labor amongst you. Well, you're not taking the time to know them. Because we're talking about a leader now.
What about just adding to that pride? You got the one guy that can't be told anything. And you gave him position. Right? What about the one menace in your camp? The one menace in your camp. Everybody got him. The one that's creeping around. Everybody got him. Are you making people aware? Like, hey, y'all gotta be, like, we can't see everything. Or are you knowingly being ignorant to these things?
Yeah.
See, that's the experience that there's one thing to kill the topics on adultery and someone be demonic and slip and slide. It's one thing to kill that spirit and then you got evil trying to creep in. And there's another thing is you're letting it in because you are evil and you don't want to work on it in yourself. So mind you, because that's what everybody gonna say. All the wise people out there is gonna say, there's problems everywhere. Come on, we get that. We're talking about willingly ignorant of these things and not going through the steps. So now you don't even know what you're doing. Right? That's why you meet only Saturdays. That's why you only meet Saturdays. Because you think the truth is about what?
Street speaking.
Street speaking. Oh my God. Oh my God. The truth is only Saturdays? You don't know about communication. You don't know about the guy next to you, he wants to kill himself. Because that happens. Regardless of us being on top of it, it happens. But we're not walking around ignorant and acting like, oh, you know what? He's all good. He wants to kill himself. What are y'all dealing with? And that's the problem. This is what we're trying to say. When you circumvent, just like you do anything else in your job, in your life. If you circumvent the job, you just got hired being a, what is it? Patient transport. You were telling us about how in certain patients you got to wrap up, right? You got to dress up to make sure their sickness don't get on you. How about if you just decided not to do that? See, that's what I'm saying. This logic is in everything in life. But when we come into the truth, we approach the truth and say, you know what? Nah, I don't got to do it that way. You go do it for the job. Right? You don't just, you know what? I'm going to take the engine apart. I'm going to do an oil change. And I'm going to leave out this nut. I lost it. I lost it. I don't know where it is. Whatever. It should be fine.
It should be fine. Good night.
You just leave out a nut. It rolls somewhere. You're just like, whatever. But that's how he deal in the truth. It's like, yeah, that's not necessary, Ak. Let me keep going over the white man's the devil, Deuteronomy, America's going to be destroyed, and then what? But this guy got lust. He got pornography. She hates her, this and that. Because that's what goes on in a hospital. There's so many sickness and diseases among us that you got to constantly be in on everything to heal or to cast out or to cut off. Mm-hmm. To cut off the cancer. How many of you are aware of that? All the damn problems that come with teaching and healing. You just want to meet up and bang on the white man. And then because you don't know how to control your anger, you bang on your rib. You go bang on the white man and go beat up your wife at home. You go bang on the white man and then you go what? Smoke a blunt later. You got the nerve. You got the nerve. You go bang on your white man, but go commit adultery with some chick in the club. Right? You got the nerve. That the Most High is not going to bless us as a nation. The Most High is not going to bless us and accept us like that as a people. He's not. Go ahead. Where you at?
Go. I got one. Jeremiah 23:1.
Okay.
Just real quick. This how it looks when you avoid the steps of this leader.
Yeah.
Jeremiah 23:1.
Jeremiah chapter 23 verse 1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep.
That did what?
That destroy and scatter the sheep.
Yeah, but you got all the knowledge though. You got all the breakdowns. You got the lexicon, right? You got the the Latin Vulgate, the Septuagint, right? You actually visited the Qumran caves. Right? Brothers be like, I was like, damn. But the Bible even warned us, knowledge will puff up. It's going to puff you up to where you're that oblivious. I think these guys be oblivious. Maybe I'm a helpful, they're oblivious to what's really needed as a leader. I guess they're oblivious to all the drug addicts that come through your camp.
What it is, could I, speaking from being a young man and opening up my first camp at 22, it's zeal misguided. Now, that's from us being hopeless romantics for Israel.
The optimists.
And the optimists. Now, some would say, no, these are straight damn demons.
Wolves.
That they're wolves coming in, looking and praying. And that's why they come in, they get your attention, and then they change the doctrine. Some would say that. My thing is, maybe their zeal is misguided. And as you're going through the process, you miss something.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Or, right? Let's say you just missed something. But if we don't preach more of this, there's going to be a lot of these young brothers missing the proper process.
Leading the people to woe.
Right.
Leading the people to woe. Read it again. It don't get no clearer than this. Read it again.
Woe be unto the pastor that destroys and scatter the sheep.
You gotta understand that this duty, this title is serious. You're handling the work of the Most High. I know you was TikTok famous. I know you had your hot single in '99. This is way above that. You're dealing with souls. You're dealing with households. You're dealing with sick brothers and sisters. If you really did love your nation, you would go through the steps. Like somebody that actually wants to be a doctor. They're like, no, my whole life is different now. I want that profession and I'm gonna strive for it lawfully. That's what this is about. Going about this and striving for it the right way. There's no detour. There's no accelerated course. There's no fast track.
Yeah.
You do the fast track to be a high priest.
Yeah.
Like you got, like the way that these brothers, and I'm a young man. I'm no way trying to make myself like an elder. Just listening to my elder and how they even talk to my elder is very prideful. And you've seen what happens to some of those brothers. And then what happens to the ones that was following them, humbling themselves to them. I paid to go and get taught by you. And now everything you taught me, you now flip it and change it?
Yeah.
And say something else?
I heard that.
That's
that one person told this bro that. Like, wait a minute. I learned it. You want me to switch up everything that I took?
Thing, like for the name of the Lord. You have merchandise. You showed us shirts with the Paleo Hebrew, the Lashawan Kodash. Now the Lashawan Kodash ain't the real Hebrew. You've been teaching it for 7 years though. So what now?
But this is what happens when you don't even know yourself like a teenager. You know what I mean? Like, ask a teenager, what you want to do when you grow up? What you want to be?
I don't know, dude.
They all say the same damn thing. I don't really know.
I don't know yet.
All say the same thing. Now, what's crazy is when you get 20 and you're still saying the same thing. You get 25 and you're still unsure. You get 30 and you still don't know. There's a problem, brothers. Are we not? Come on, y'all. Am I the only one, or are we the only one that think like this? There should be no way in hell you're a grown-ass man and you still don't know what you want to do in life. You don't know, whether you're going to serve the Most High or not. You still got plan B. Like, I'm still, I'm doing this Hebrew Israelite thing, but I'm not sure how long. It's like, I'm trying to figure it out. This is a game to a lot of people. And that's the point about the topic. It's like, you're still a little boy playing with fire and not knowing that this is going to destroy a lot of people and is going to hurt a lot of people if you don't wield this correctly. And guess what the Most High said he's coming back to do? He's coming back for you, for us, that misuse this purpose.
Yeah.
It's real. What, Aharon? Oh, I thought you were going to say something.
Yeah, that's it on that.
Yeah.
You gave me that look like you want to say something. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, can I get one?
Yeah.
Go to Psalms 37 and 23. And just to speak on this aspect as a young man, one thing I can say for the young men in here, and to the young men that's watching right now, you may not know it yet because you lack experience, but one thing you will see is that if you don't take the proper steps, like the scripture says, it will come to naught. So what does the Bible say about a good man? What quality does a good man have about himself? Read that.
Psalm chapter 37, verse 23. The steps of a good man.
The what?
The steps of a good man.
Go ahead.
Are ordered by the Lord.
It says it's ordered by the Lord. So what the Most High has laid down, if you're not taking those proper steps, right, getting into the priesthood, then it's going to come to naught. So if you want this, you better know what you're getting into. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I didn't go to Chronicles 23 and 24. We never read that one. And then we're going to get into the second but last point. Look, I'm going a little bit long.
Which Chronicles?
First Chronicles. Go to First Chronicles.
23, 24. 23, 24.
I'm sorry. 23rd chapter and the 24th verse. We're going to go a little long because we're doing an event tomorrow. We're not going to be having Sabbath class. We're going to be street speaking and teaching at Juneteenth. So I'm going a little bit long because you ain't gonna get it tomorrow unless you're online, right? Go ahead.
First Chronicles chapter 23, verse 24.
Go ahead.
These were the sons of Levi,
Right.
after the house of their fathers,
Read.
even the chief of the fathers,
As
they were counted by the number of names by their oath,
Go ahead.
that did the work for the service of the house of the Lord,
See. Go ahead.
from the age of 20 years.
See. Listen. So David comes back and says, "We're gonna do it from 20." Right. But what were they learning at 20 years old? They were learning all the qualities. Y'all got to think about this. Their whole life. That way, when they get to the priesthood and they follow that service, it's not I'm a part-time. It's not you know what, I really don't want to do this. Or it's, you know what, I decided, I'm going back to school. I want to be a police officer. You know what I mean? I hear y'all. Like, you know what I decided, y'all? I hear this Bible thing, but man, I really think it's not for me. Like, you learned that after what, 6 years? You just wasted 6 years of your life. Instead of saying, man, instead of really understanding how serious this is. But that's what little boys do. That's why you can get online and say foolish stuff like that. That I was only doing that for the Hebrew community. You're sick, man. It's a sick mind. So why were you took it through this process? Right? Because you were going to reach the level of an elder one day. But how did that happen? Read that. Hebrews, go to Hebrews 5 and 4. How did that happen? Go to Hebrews 5 and 4. Go ahead.
Hebrews chapter 5 verse 4. And no man taketh his honor unto himself.
No, I need somebody else. Somebody else read it for me. Aaron. Oh, you got it. Read it. Go ahead.
Hebrews chapter 5 verse 4.
Go ahead.
And no man taketh this honor unto himself.
No. You can anoint yourself, huh?
And no man taketh this honor unto himself.
So somebody told me, the Most High anointed me. Yeah, okay, if David, why didn't David say that then? Why didn't Peter say that? You know what I mean? You know, the Most High blessed me. I don't need you, Yahweh Shai. There's somebody that anointed somebody. Why? Because somebody had a vouch for you, Ak. This is what a lot of brothers want to search. You know what? We're starting a registry, y'all. We're going to do and we've fallen short on this, and I admit that. We're starting a registry from here on out of brothers and sisters that are part of our school. And we're going to put this registry online with the House of David, and we're going to send it to all these other camps and let them know everybody that's a part of our school and that leaves.
Oh, yeah.
That way, when you camp jump, or if you're a sister that wants to go get banged by some other guy in another school, they're going to know. If you're a brother that whoremongers from camp to camp, or that got emotional problems, anger problems, that's doing all kind of weird stuff and jumping from camp to camp, they're going to know that. Everybody's going to know that in those schools. We were supposed to start this registry with the Masharah Yashala a while back. We have fallen short, but you know what? We're going to keep you honest when you try to run and act like you somebody else that you're not. Hey, cats still approaching it like a summer bunny. You know what? I'm going to move to Arizona and nobody's going to know who I am.
Yeah, I had a fling.
You know what I mean? Watch. I'm going to go get my own logo. Like, bruh, it don't matter. The Most High knows. But guess what? Everybody's going to know. We're going to do that. We're going to have to backdate it, Doc. We're going to have to backdate this, Doc. No, we're going to backdate this man a year ago, Doc. And we're going to, everybody that was in the camp and why they left. You know what I mean? Because you're not going to go, you know, Israel loved going to tell people their side of the story.
Part of this, yeah.
And not the true story and the full story. You know what I mean? That's what we're doing. Because you know why? You're not going to get to go run amok among the nation and then go and go act like you're somebody else. Read that where you're at. Read it again.
And no man taketh this honor unto himself.
It said, no man take this honor unto himself. You didn't just take on a position and be like, you know what? I'm my own. Most High swallow those ninjas up in the wilderness when they try to usurp the authority. Go ahead.
But he that is called of the Most High.
But he that is called of the Most High. Somebody got to vouch for you. Somebody got to say, man, this guy is this. Go to Acts 20, verse 28. Go from there. Go to Acts 16 and 2. Go to those two real quick. All right, I'm gonna get through these. Go to Acts 20 and 28, and then go to Acts 16 and 2. Go ahead, read.
Acts chapter 20, verse 28. Take heed therefore unto yourselves.
Go ahead.
And to all the flock, over the which the Holy Ghost hath made you overseers.
Right, the Holy Spirit makes you a overseer. But how? You're like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. The angel came to me. I was making eggs in my chonies, and guess what? Michael came to me and told me I'm that ninja and I don't need nobody. Right? Because it always got to be an angel, and it always got to be you the only one that's seen it in your underwear. And you now the new comforter or high priest. It always got to be some weird stuff.
Right. New revelation.
New revelation. The breakdown was wrong. The elder was wrong.
God, talk.
You would never hear me talk about my elders ever, because I have a high respect for these men that dedicated themselves, man, all the way to death in this life. And I'm talking about elders in our lifespan. You'll never hear me say nothing about them. That's why, go back in my YouTube. Never. Why? Because I got respect for the people that actually did it. Well, this elder was off. David was off too, but you still read about him. And David repented. So what the hell are you talking about? But you want to be an elder, and you don't even want to go through the process of learning what it is to be an elder. So who's more wrong? The man that repented, or the person that won't go through the process of being told about themselves and that they're moving wrong? How about that? Go ahead.
To be the church of Yahweh.
Right. Go ahead.
Which he hath purchased with his own blood.
Go to Acts 16 and 2.
Acts 16 and verse 2.
Read loud.
Which was well reported of by the brethren.
All right, go 16 and 1.
16 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
Then came he to
Derby.
And Lystra. And behold, a certain disciple was there.
Read.
Named Timotheus.
Go ahead.
And the son of a certain woman, which was a
Jewish
and believed.
But
his father was a Greek.
Go ahead.
Which was well reported of by the brethren.
Which was well what?
Reported of by the brethren.
So what does that mean? When those Levite boys, when the priests were raised up, there was a report. There was a report on you. You're known for something. Oh yeah, get this brother to do it. Why? He never shows up. Hey, get that sister to do it. She always complains. Oh no, this brother do it. Get him to do it, because you know why? He cares. Whatever he does, he puts love into it. Get him to do it. You're known for something. Oh no, get this cat to do it. He's never on time. He won't even show up. You'd have to wake him up. It's like what, like you're building your name, but cats become something and then don't want to act like they're not that person. It's like, brother, you're known as the drunk. You can't get a position. You can't take no tests. You can't take no tests out being a drunk. That's one of the things that that can't be a part of you, bro. The brother got a problem with adultery.
It's crazy.
You gonna lift him up over a camp? Yeah, nobody's perfect, but we're talking about things that priests shouldn't be named for. You shouldn't be named in adultery. You shouldn't be named in fornication. You shouldn't be named in idolatry. You shouldn't be named that you beating your wife up. You shouldn't be named that you're a bad father. Nobody's perfect, but a bad father, damn.
Yeah.
Like, you got to handle your responsibilities. How the hell are you a bad father, but you want to be a priest? How? How? You don't even take care of your kids, but you want the priesthood? Y'all got to think about this, but this is what's going on. They're thinking, I don't have to become nothing right, and I can just take the mantle of a priest of the Lord. Melchizedek. Malak Tazadak. Right? You want to be Melchizedek, but you don't know how to damn stop playing video games and study. But you guess what you will do, though? You're going to stack up some potentials. You're going to stack up some potentials. Is that word too old for y'all don't know what that is? It's old. It's an old word. A potential is like, I got one woman and then I got another one.
Options.
You know what I mean? But you doing that. But guess what you ain't doing? Guess what you ain't doing? You won't even present yourself to do the will of the Father. But guess what? You got potential women. You know what I mean? Just let you know, just checking them out. You know, just surveying, you know what I mean? But you want to be a priest. You want to be a teacher. Huh? You will open up the book, though. Listen, baby, go here. Let me show you a few things. Let me show you a few things, man.
That ain't funny, because
let me show you a few things. You know, I'm going to get you right. You need to get an order over here. I'm a priest. How you a priest? Because you anointed yourself. King Dingaling. That's how you're a priest. But you ain't a priest of the Lord. Go from there. Go to Exodus 18 and 21. It said Timothy was it was reported. People don't want to be vouched for. They don't want to be vouched for. You want to come up with your own narrative. Huh? You want to create your own lore. Right? This is what I was. This is, I'm that ninja. Nah, you got 8 brothers that know that was on the phone with you, bro. We know what you did last summer. We know what you did. You can paint that to everybody. And you can lie as much as you want. But 8 people were on the phone with you and walked you through it. And you acted like you were a man of honor. And then you backed out. See, everybody wants to paint their own image of what they are. Because they have other priorities in life. This is a sickness in Israel.
John.
Go ahead, read that.
Exodus chapter 18, verse 21.
Go ahead.
Moreover, thou shalt provide out of all the people able men.
Go ahead.
Such as fear God.
What?
Such as fear God.
Yeah, you were not looking for the cat. Hey, let's get the laziest sister. Let me see. She's going to make it happen. You weren't looking for them. Hey, let's get the most absent-minded brother. Where are you at? He's going to handle it. Hey, the brother that argues and wants to debate everything, let's make him an officer of 1,000. That's what you want? That's what you're seeing. You're seeing this conduct among the nation because nobody wants to hold themselves by a standard. And nobody wants to be vouched for. Then when you're vouched for, you'll go paint a whole new narrative. Listen, go ahead. I'll tell everybody. I can make everybody hate you. You know what I mean? I can get online right now and I can spit. It's like, damn, you got no honor? Like to even tell your woman that? Like, I'm going to make everybody hate you. I can make everybody hate you. Like, there's no honor. But these are the antics of boys, not men. They're boys. Go ahead.
Men of truth.
What?
Men of truth.
Where's the men that's going to stand for the truth, that want to do it in righteousness and hold the standard, hold the line? Who wants to hold the line? Huh? Who wants to hold the line? You know, I heard the class you just went over, you know what I mean? You know, but I got to get a few things together. You're lazy, you're slothful.
You're scared.
You're scared. But these are the cats that they're giving rank to. It's just popping up rank. You know, listen, guess what? We've been teaching this since forever. This is what we learned in California. This is what we learned on the West Coast. While you were trying to debate everybody and cut everybody with scriptures, this is what we learned. Well, what about the brothers that did what? This is not about, there ain't going to be men that try to come in and do their own thing. This is about what the right thing is. There's niggas amongst us now that try to do their own agenda. Come in here for women. They come in here for things. They're lazy as hell. So I'm not trying to act like that ain't among us. What I'm saying though is this: open rebuke. We're not gonna, that's not okay. It's not okay, Billy. It's not okay. You guys act like those things are okay. That you're gonna let this ride among the nation. You let it ride among these young camps. Because you young boys don't know what it is to be a man. Go ahead.
Hating covetousness.
They what?
Hating covetousness.
It said the men that were chosen for position hated covetousness. It wasn't about I want what you got or I want that position or I'm envying this brother or this sister.
Let me get on the mic.
It's not about that. This is not about that. This is about, we got to start talking about this more in the open, because there's a young community that is learning that they're Hebrew Israelites. And they got to start understanding. They got to start understanding more. If this was about clicks and debate, I would have put on the YouTube theme, F all camps, and then got everybody to log in. I would have put it on here, F all camps, right? And we're the best, just to get you in, if this is what this is about. This ain't about that. This is about promoting more of the things that's going to hold us to conduct in the spirit. That's what our camps need to be. Your schools, our schools, the nation. Go ahead.
And place such over them.
And do what?
And place such over them.
Who were we going to place over them? Men of what?
Hating covetousness.
And what else?
And place such over
No. It says something up.
Able men.
Able men.
Such as feared the Most High.
Men that fear the Most High.
Men of truth.
Men of what?
Truth.
Go ahead.
Hating covetousness.
There you go. That's the ones. You weren't just going to put any rando. And you know how you knew that? Because you knew them that labor among you.
It said men of renown.
It said men of renown. Known.
Yeah.
They were known among us.
Prudent in all affairs.
Prudent in all affairs, exactly. You understand that? That's why there's a process. That's why the Most High took these young priests and made them old priests, and they lasted. And they lasted. You have Eli, and then you have Samuel. What happened to Eli? Dead.
Fell dead.
Why? Because Eli didn't hold to the standard. What happened to Samuel? Samuel lasted.
Slept with his father.
You have right examples of priests and you have wrong examples. If y'all are studying, y'all will see that. And guess what? It wasn't based on. It wasn't based on notoriety. It wasn't based on they wanted to be seen in the head honchos. It wasn't based on anointing themselves. It was based on a high standard. We got to fight for that standard. Yeah.
When you look at, just like you go back even further, when you look at Joshua, when he was about to be placed over Israel, he was brought under that tutelage of Moses.
Right.
But then he wasn't doing it seeking glory. When he came back, he was one of the spies that went over and came back with a good report, not to seek clout, but because he was for the nation.
Right.
He was for the nation's growth. He was looking for their well-being.
Right.
Like a shepherd would.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's what. And so then, because he had that spirit that what does it say? It said able men that feared the Most High. He came with that reverence of the Most High and put that on the nation and had that same love for the nation.
Right.
And that's what got him in that position.
Yeah. I'm not gonna go further because we can keep going to 12. Yeah, we can keep going to 12.
We used to go till 2 o'clock. Let's go.
No, this is a different time.
We used to go till 3. You know what I'm saying?
Brothers are tired. I get it. Everybody's work. Everybody's going through it. I get it. We're gonna conclude it there. Does anybody got any questions? Yeah.
So, as a priest, how do you, going back to you saying you got people in your camp that's doing all this. So, as a priest, how do you know that they're doing all of these things?
When they're acting out, when they're
how can you point it out?
You can point it out. For the ones that are not around, we don't know, right? For people that are not around, that are kind of part-time, we don't know. We don't know what they're doing out there in the world. They can be coming back. They can be murdering people, coming back, sitting in class. We don't know that. For the ones around us, go to Thessalonians. Go to Thessalonians. And for y'all online, he's asking about people that are acting up, right?
5 and 12.
And people that got problems. How do you know that? Right? Well, how we know it, because having a school is not about one day a week like the Christian church. It's not we meet up at Street Speaking and you smell like cigarettes, you smell like a blunt.
I barely even know you.
Yeah, I barely even know you. That's not how it's supposed to be. That is not the culture of the Bible. It's not the culture of the Bible. There wasn't no camp that just popped up out of nowhere. From the Old to the New Testament, it was a brotherhood that was built, right? So go there first. Psalms 133 and 1. Sorry. Go to Psalms 133 and 1. Sorry about that. And then we're gonna go to Thessalonians
5 and 12.
So make sure you're going over it so you can read it clear. We're going to go to Psalms first, though. Read that to answer his question.
Psalms chapter 133 and verse 1. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity.
Right. How good is for them to dwell together in what?
In unity.
In what?
Unity.
In what?
In unity.
We supposed to have what?
Unity.
Right. So what's the root word of unity? What? Unit.
There you go.
There needs to be a unit.
United.
Or united.
Yeah.
Right? So we have to have a unit. Now, how is that unit or unity established in any place? Like, you know how you go to a job and you don't want to be there? You're not in unity, right? You're just not in unity. You're not feeling it, right? But you go to an environment that you do want to be there. You like your job, right? Then you start what? Talking to everybody, right? You start befriending other people. You start asking questions. But a place you don't want to be, you keep your head down. You got your earphones in your ear.
Looking at the clock.
Yeah, you get the clock. What happens when the clock?
Go.
You out the door.
Out of here.
But when you're unified and there's something you know that you love,
you value
it.
Yeah,
you're establishing unity, and you're sticking around. You're trying to get to know brothers, sisters. You're trying to get to know people around you and understand what you're really around. When you don't give a damn, you shoot out. When you really want to know what the hell is going on, you're asking questions. You're like, if I'm gonna be here, let me learn when I'm around. And you start talking. Hey, Shalom, you know what I mean? I don't know you very well. So, hey, how do I get to know you? And then the feast days and all the things that we do gives you those moments, right?
It builds.
Right. It builds that unity, that unit, that mind. So it ain't always like, well, I don't know that person. Of course you don't. Of course you don't. None of us knew each other until we sat and we build unity. Right? And that was done in what way?
Ephesians 4 and 3.
Get that one in. We're going to that one. Go to Ephesians 4 and 3 real quick. So now, I know your question was more on the how do you know the ones are wilding out part? But it's the same way. How do we know who is unified? How do we know we got people in the same mind? Because they're going to be around us.
Yeah.
Unity's not established. Like, think about it. You and your potential wife been together how long? 8 months. And I guarantee you guys are talking to each other, texting each other, communicating with each other. When you spend the night with each other, you're cooking with each other. I guarantee you're not like, your text don't say shalom. And just she says shalom. And then 7 hours later, it's another text. Hey. No, y'all get it in conversations. Why? Because you're gaining love for her. That's how unity's built. That's how love is built. Right? It's the same way with brethren. Like, we're not strangers no more.
Yeah.
This is my chocolate brother. I'm his light-skinned brother. That's what I tell them. This is the uncle. We're not, Aharon's not stranger no more. No. We know him now. We know him. We know his good, his bad. We can speak to it. Just like he knows me. That's established through unity. That's established through him coming over all the years he's been around and saying, you know what? I'm going to learn this cat's mind. I'm going to ask him some questions. Right? Unity. And then for the ones that it was awkward in the beginning, we started it. So, hey, how you doing? We started it. Right? And then it was reciprocated. Right? With Bakar, with Aaron. Because Bakar's, I just met him how many years ago?
10?
10 years now? Jesus. Time flies. But think about that. We're fairly new to each other.
Yeah.
But that brotherhood has been built because the communication. Now check this out. Read that.
Ephesians chapter 4 verse 3. Endeavoring to keep the unity of the Spirit.
Endeavoring to keep the what?
The unity of the Spirit.
The unity of the Spirit. No, so what does endeavoring mean, Arya?
That's a painstaking effort.
A painstaking effort. It's like this. You make a painstaking effort to be connected with your boo. Which is not wrong. Because we got to be connected with our wives, right? Okay. But you make it painstaking. Go ahead and not answer her a whole day. She's going to be like, damn, you left me?
You made the face right now.
Right. She's like, a whole day? What could I do without you a whole day not answering me? That's how we deal. There's no days that we go together and it's like days go on and then we ain't talk. It cannot happen. We're a unit. You got to think of yourself like the FBI, like the police. And what I mean by this, when you get pulled over, how many cops pull up behind you? It's like, how the hell did they get there? Because they're in unit. They're in unity.
Yeah.
They know everybody in their vicinity and they what? They come in and make sure they got your butt on lock. Right? So unity is what is needed. So how do we know? How do we know what they're going through? Unity.
It's just a serious determination, a determined effort to achieve a difficult goal.
Now, do we read minds? No. Do we know who's lying? No. Right? Bakar can be a stripper on his nights off. I'll never know. I'm just
my knees hurt. My back hurt.
But Brothers can be, I can be a stripper. Right? You would never know until the Spirit reveals it.
Yeah.
I'm being funny about it, but what I'm saying is this. We know brothers for the most part. Like, and I can say I know he's not a stripper because I know when he goes to sleep, where he wakes up at, where he works at. We work together. I know where he gets to class. I know everything about this guy. Just as much as I know.
You know, I always eat on the phone.
Right. You know, I know his eat. I know when he gets irritated. I know. Listen, I've learned. It's been 10 years, so I know when he gets upset. He doesn't even show he's upset, but I know when he's upset.
That's a fact.
Unity.
Yeah.
Just like you know your rib, I know this brother.
That's right.
That's established through unity. Right?
That's right.
Go ahead.
In the bond of
And in the what?
In the bond of peace.
Bond.
Word bond.
No, there's a bond that is created. A bond that has to be created for us as brothers and sisters. Right? So how do we know what people are going through? The bond. Right? The issues, the problems, the things they're going through. We talk to them. Right? And you know what? Let's be fair. It's common things. We all deal with them. Everything that comes out in class is also common. A lot of persons be like you talking about me. They're common. It can be 4 or 5 of you going through the same thing. You see what I'm saying? So it's common things that we understand basically what they're going through.
That's why the scripture tells us, forsaking not the assembly as some do.
Well, no. Let's go there. Okay. I don't want to quote it for him. I want to go there. You're going after this one. Where you at?
God, 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 12.
Go ahead.
And we beseech you, brethren, to know them which labor among you.
So how do we know? We got to know them that labor among us. We got to know them that labor among us. Shawab is another brother I talk to daily. Right? He rarely slips on the communication. He's like, Shalom, I haven't talked to you in a day. Now we've seen each other. We've been in class with each other. But really talking.
Yeah.
Really talking. See, he knows that. He knows it just can't be like, yeah, I give you a high five on the way to class.
Yeah. Surface. Shalom.
A bond, brotherhood is built through communication. It's built in through like any relationship. Right? And yes, this might be an younger brother relationship, but we're still brothers. So there's that being created. Bond. That's a bond. That's unity. So when you say, well, how do you know what's going on? It's like, if we don't know, the scriptures tell you about them that are sick among you, right? It says they need more attention. How would you know what attention they need if you don't know what they're going through? Now, we can only do that to people that are willing to join in on that bond. If you ain't joining in on the bond, I ain't going to know what you're going through. If you're like, you good, Ak? I'm good, Ak. Everything good at home? And I'm trying to pry, right? Everything good at home? Hey, okay. Oh, yeah? So, how's this been going? Fabulous. I would be like, Khan, I get it. Hey, Barakatah Yahweh, all praises to Yahweh. And I got to let time build. We come back. We try to break down those walls that our people love to have in communication and try to establish that unity with that individual. But do we really know what's going on with that person? Not until they're ready to say, hey, I'm going through this. Give me scriptures on that. I'm battling this. Could you go over a class on that? You know what I mean? That's when we know. It said what? From the top?
And we beseech you, brethren, to know them which labor among you.
That's what he's telling us. To know them that labor among you. He's not saying you be a passerby. He's saying you got to know. Why? When Christ checked Peter, how did Peter know what Christ said wasn't vindictive or evil? When he called Peter a devil and checked him hard, how did Peter know that Christ meant well? because they were around each other. Peter wasn't just popping up for the fish when everybody was out there. You know what I mean? He was actually doing the work with Christ. You see that? So that's how you know them that labor among you. You see that? Go ahead, last one.
Go to Hebrews 10. Yep, you got it. Right with me.
Hebrews 7, verse 25. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together.
Read it one more time. Read it clear.
Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together.
So if we don't go through the painstaking effort of knowing each individual in here, then you're not going to know when they're dealing with stuff, because our people are great posers. We're actors. We can fake it, we can smile, but see, there's a certain thing. When I know when Aharon is in his mind, I know when Hadarach is dealing with something. I know when they're not, because we've been around each other so much. And you know what that means? The painstaking effort is, I can't just go to my room because their class has been since it's going on 3 hours. I'm tired. I can't just say, you know what, Shalom, Lord in Christ, and I dip out. I need to know these brothers. I need to have these conversations, and those building blocks is going to now through the Spirit we be able to manifest when these brothers are dealing with something that's not saying them, but if there's something different, like what Kazak said.
Yeah, it's like, but it's like you're asking, like, how do you know what's going on? You know what I mean? Those things are reciprocal.
Yeah.
Right? A brother or sister needs help. They need scriptures. They need prayer. You know what I mean? You're learning all these things. And like he said, the unity we have is just not one day a week. We live this. You know what I mean? So let me go back though. And I said it, I don't want it to pass you. That's only people that are willing to move in that level. It doesn't mean that you're bad or you're a bad guy because when you first came in, you just don't know nobody. That's given. But as the process go forward, there's supposed to be what all those scriptures we just read. They're supposed to be, okay, I'm planning on doing this work. Well, I got to know who's around me. And I got to know who I'm dealing with. Right? Whether low priest or high priest, it don't matter. Right? I got to know who's around me. Whether sister, right? You know, and I'm not saying you're going to be sitting around with sisters and all that stuff, but you are going to have a commonality of, hey, I know this sister. I heard of her. I hear about her works. You know what I mean? Yeah, you was going to say something?
Yeah, can we get Proverbs chapter 27, verse 23?
Yeah, after he's done with his.
Yeah, go ahead.
Not forsaking the assembly of ourselves together.
Because you know how that looks when it looks like blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, we're all trauma victims. We came from the world, so we now have defense mechanisms because we've been in environments where we opened up and we trusted people and we were abused, we were offended, we were taken advantage of. So we come into these spaces with our shields up. But we know what we're dealing with. We know what the Bible says, that the whole need not a physician, but the sick. Everybody coming in here needs some help some way. We all here for that, Khan. We all came in here for that, Khan. So then we go through the steps to say, no, I'm not going to let your one-liners. I'm not going to let your everything is peachy.
Yeah.
We're not going to let that. You're not going to give us the answer that you think we want to hear.
Even that though is established on a growth in a relationship. Like sometimes, remember when you're new, you're a few months. Like we got to be careful how we pry, right?
Yeah.
Because in our mind, we're thinking we're looking out for yourself. We're like seeing if you're good, if you need things, right? But a lot of times people are like, why the hell are you asking so many questions?
Being so nosy. Yeah.
So like, why are you being so nosy? That's what they did to Shawashina and Shalamaya. The sister was like, one sister was like, y'all didn't greet me enough. The other sister was like, y'all were prying too much. Like, why they asking me so many questions? So this is the dynamic. Like, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Because if you don't ask enough, then it's like, you didn't really entreat me like you like me. And then if you do ask too much, depending on who it is, it's like, hold on, why are you trying to pry in my information? That's literally what we dealt with. And we had to, one sister, we had to remind her, hold on, sis. Hold on. No, sis, you were entreated. You know what I mean? And think about what happened afterwards. All the sister and all the love and things of that nature. But those are just the dynamics we have to deal with when dealing with people from the world.
Yeah.
And wanting to hold on to a lot of things of the world. It's so much walls that got to be broke down. You know? Yeah. You got one, Shawab? Where you at?
Proverbs chapter 27 and verse 23.
Uh-huh.
Be thou diligent to know the state of thy flocks, and
Boom.
look well to thy herd.
There you go. There you go. So, no, you're not prying, right? Why are you prying in my information? Bro, you got money for your lights. You trying to pocket watch me, brother? Like, no, I'm trying to make sure your lights are paid because your rib came and complained and said they got cut off last time because you didn't pay them. You see what I'm saying? So that's the type of relationship we got. A brother ain't gonna be like, brother, you pocket watching me? You know what I mean? No, we know you broke. We know you broke, but we're trying to make sure your stuff is getting taken care of. You see what I'm saying? So it's literally a brotherhood, a sisterhood for those that joined in on that. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that makes sense? Okay. All right, y'all. That it's a lot. It is late. Anything online?
Nothing online.
Okay. All right. Well, hopefully,
still got 20 people.
Hopefully there was edification
22
for y'all that got the entirety of the class. If not, rewind the class. Khan? Okay. Let's say Shabbat Shalom to everybody online.
Shabbat Shalom.
All right. Let's salute. Let's get out of here. Let's get everybody out.